Please do. I'm in a sassy mood.
Really?
We didn't understand. Hey everyone, we're back.
Hi.
Kay wants to be sassy, so last 2 times are all her fault.
Yeah. I
Well, they
never
were.
said they weren't.
Oh, well, I'm usually kind about this thing, but she wants to go in hot.
No, you're not kind.
Kinder than you.
Everyone has to be
Kind of an ass.
That ain't happening. Oh, we got the shell that we needed.
What was our goals?
Nothing, it's winter.
I don't,
saving
yeah,
money.
I don't think we have.
Oh, we wanted the Nautilus shell, not the rainbow shell.
Man,
Yeah,
I
hang
do
on.
need a
we can
rainbow shell though if you have one.
Goals are something people have when they don't have a month of downtime between games.
What are you doing in my house?
You wanted a beanie. I put them in your.
If you got a rainbow
fridge.
shell still on you, I'd love that.
There's two different
Give
kinds.
me
So I just gave you
Beanies in the fridge.
both.
I want the floppy beanie.
Did everyone else just not get a rainbow shell today?
I
No.
didn't.
I don't have one on me.
Well, I got one.
Congratulations.
They look silly on me.
I
It
will
makes
steal.
all my hair disappear.
I could just sell it and you can't steal shit.
That's fair. You know what, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, I had to change my hairstyle to like a more straight one.
Yay. And now I go deposit rainbow shell.
For, what did you deposit the rosette shell for?
The mysterious QI quest,
Oh.
which I haven't done.
I thought it was for like clothing or something, and otherwise I would do it for my own. But
You
I
want it for
guess
clothing?
no, it's too late now.
I haven't done it yet. Do you want it for clothing?
It's for your clothing. I thought it was
No.
like you didn't need it for something that I also need it for.
Do you want it?
Just use it. I don't care.
I don't even know what the shell would make in clothing.
I'm going to the
Make
desert.
something. I can look it up for you.
Go for it before I press the button.
I'm picking up my iridium watering can.
Trash can.
Iridium trash can, you right.
It makes a bikini top.
That's hot. I want that.
I would
I don't
also
want
like
that.
you to have that.
And it is dyeable.
A black bikini top.
Sorry, Haley, 1 second.
Okay, we have a couple of
What's
the
on
town.
red? It is Monday.
Does that mean I should go to the island and see what the quests are?
Yes.
I'll do that then.
For the town, it's Gus's omelets, where he wants 2 dozen eggs, or oh, that's right, it's not even after tonight. Or the 100 pineapples again.
This motherfucker needs too many
Oh.
eggs.
2 dozen eggs is easy.
Yeah, that's if they give more than 1 egg. And today they only gave 1 egg.
Yeah. Well,
Let me check to see how many pineapples are still on
I
the.
was gonna say, if we still have our pineapple set up, like
Yeah, go check it
it'll
out.
be for the next 2 weeks.
Just 2 pineapples
Yeah.
then. I always forget we only have 1 chicken coop because usually by like winter year 2, I've got like multiple auto
I just got red cabbage seeds.
Yo.
Cool.
Fine.
Is anyone at the island?
Oh, yo, there's the event
We
happening
don't.
down here.
It's done.
Or did we finish the? Oh, it's done.
It's been done for
Oh.
a year. It's cool.
Look, I get
Alright, can
confused.
we go look at that?
I still found red cabbage seeds. It's still pretty cool.
Thank you,
Pretty cool.
Tez.
I helped.
You did.
You helped.
Oh, I found the fossilized ribs I've been needed for. Oh my god. gonna
How's
hit.
everyone's day been?
Long.
Yeah, a bit long. I actually was working a lot today. God, it's now getting so much warmer and so much slower. Yeah, we got a lot of pineapples. We could
Okay, yeah.
go do that.
Nice.
Done.
Hey, look, I got some pineapples.
Oh my god, really?
Bum, 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 bum. Also some blueberries as well, for some reason.
Might be from big seeds.
That's
Because
surprising.
I don't remember planting any actual blueberries.
do we have to sell them? Was that it?
Yeah, it's harvest and ship them.
I've already got 20.
Nice.
I don't know what my plan was last time we were playing, but today all I am going to be doing is trying to get my foraging level up.
I think I might. I might get my
You
fishing
fucking
and then start
stealing my
foraging
wood,
myself.
you bitch.
Yep.
I'm trying to get my foraging up, fucker.
It's my last skill that's
So,
not
I don't care. You can wait.
Nah, I'm good.
They're all just so good to each other.
It's my fucking farm.
I'm pretty sure I've put
even though
enough
I'm, like,
effort
level
in.
10.
I don't care. It's my farm.
I
It
don't
is.
give a
You
fuck.
know what? It do in fact be his farm.
Ownership
That's why I
is
say we
10,
burn it.
10 laws of the first.
I say we burn it to the ground.
You can't burn shit.
Burn it to the ground.
You can try. And you're homeless.
Anarchy is worth it.
I have enough money to be able to buy a mansion at this point.
I don't. I've like
If anarchy,
150
then
grand.
everyone's homeless.
We'll just move to the island.
I could
No, we've
like
done
buy
that
out
too.
the town and become the mayor, I reckon.
Nah, he
Like,
won't give it up that
$1
easily.
million, 800 grand.
I have 873,612.
I think you might need more than that.
That's not gonna
Buy a whole
cover.
town.
That's not gonna cover the taxes.
I couldn't even cover just one house because Pam's house is apparently fucking ridiculous.
Actually, yeah, there's a point
How
there.
much is it?
Pam's house is like 500k. It's not that much.
No, really.
Yeah, I could buy that and then I have lots of money left over.
That's like a real house.
Yeah, so you can buy one house.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Alright.
I'll do the whole Pam's house thing, but then I will move in and I'll be like, it's my house
Just
now.
kick Pam out.
I bought this, so it's actually
It mine.
What if there's a landlord mod where you can buy their house and they have to pay you rent?
That'd be
It's like
great.
you get Pam's house and you're like, I'm your landlord now, pay me. And when she's like, no, well,
I
let's
didn't
just say you
ask.
don't let her say no.
And you can
Oh
choose,
my.
and you can choose to demolish the house and just put it back in the trailer.
Yep. And you get a refund.
Yeah, you get all your money back.
Imagine if that's how that worked.
But you can do it to everyone in town, so you can buy out fucking everyone's houses and demolish them all one by one.
Fuck! Motherfucker.
Alright, we do have a new quest.
Yeah.
We've got the mine elevator system has now been reset and new changes are emerged from deep underground. Make it to the bottom of the mines in 1 week.
That's easy as shit.
And
Yeah,
we've
do
also
that.
got the
But
quill
that one
spider
gives
one.
us good things.
Also,
Do
night market.
we want to pick it up tomorrow though, so we have like straight day away to start doing it?
Well, we have a week regardless.
Okay. Do you think we can do it within a week?
Yeah, we can do it. I'll start tomorrow.
I mean, technically I'm already in the mine, but yeah, that doesn't count. I was wondering, it just kicks me out.
Nice.
That's good though. Oh, well,
Alright,
wait,
okay.
night market's a whole thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do we care about the night market?
Obviously.
We can get. I mean, we have PS stock list now, I believe.
Yeah.
Does someone have that?
I
I'm not
believe
sure.
we all have it.
Yeah, but like someone bought that.
Yeah.
Because part of the night market is that you can, like, each day you can buy seeds from a different season. So, like, on the first day it's spring, second day summer, third day
Oh.
fall.
What do you buy on winter?
But it only goes for 3 days.
No.
When can you buy
there's
winter though?
The elusive winter seeds.
Yeah, just the endless supply of winter seeds. You can get like, there's a furniture place that I might have special furniture. I don't remember. I don't do much with
You
furniture.
bought art.
My art.
You bought an original?
An
you can
original Lupini.
You can also go to the mermaid show and get a pearl.
We did that
You
last year,
put
didn't
the pearl- Did we?
we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did that already.
Okay.
I feel like we
then,
would have.
yeah. Did we have the night market last year?
Yes.
Okay.
The night market's every year?
I don't
Question
know.
mark?
Is it in the first year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember doing it.
Really so. And I remember the night market existing because I never make it to year 2 winter.
Well, I'm already out of things that interest me here.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm just like wandering around at this point.
Oh, wait. There's also the fishing place. Have we got the special fish from there?
No,
No.
don't know. I did like the super cucumber and things.
No, it's the spookfish, the blobfish, and something else.
I think we
Well,
got the
next
blobfish,
year.
didn't we?
Not the midnight carp. It's because like if we can get like just at least one of them, then we could make a pond for each of them. Then
Well, last time I fished there, I
have
got
access to infinite.
midnight squid, spookfish, blobfish. I've caught them.
Okay.
Cool.
Do we still have them?
Probably
No.
not.
Yeah, no.
Hey, I got a thing for the wizard. Like, I went up to the top area near the train tracks, and the wizard's talking about, like, a blocked off area.
It's the witch.
He wants you to go.
It is the witch.
I caught a
Yeah.
herring.
Yeah, his one's pretty cool. Why does he look cool?
Because this is part of the challenge. We have to get through the Eternity Mines in a tougher version of it.
Yep.
That looks different.
And it unlocks the new items.
How do we get through that area with the block there?
You need to
It's-
go to
It's a
Krobus.
quest.
It's a whole shenanigans.
Ah, okay. Is it worth it?
You have a
You
quest.
get a witch.
No, you get the ability to get rid of your children.
Yeah, that's the
you
witch.
can turn your children into doves.
Which
don't wanna
witch
do
is a
that.
witch, though?
Or
Which
divorce
one?
your,
Good for her.
husband and have them have no memory of it. So they don't hate you afterwards.
Which is horrible.
Jojo life. I want to do the Jojo life, which is go full Jojo, constantly marry and divorce. What's her name? Darren's Penny. Yeah, constantly do that.
Oh.
Just
Why is
be
that part of it?
pure
Bottom left.
evil.
Got it.
Cause Jojo is evil. It's a corporation.
The dog is sleeping on my bed.
That's pretty special.
Right here.
Got it. Okay, if we
Beep
can
beep
get to 10.
explosion.
Up top.
Yeah, let's just leave.
We'll talk a
Straight here
Pokemon.
tomorrow.
Well, they'll talk a Pokemon. I was sort of just listening to Pokemon when I joined. But it's great that fucking my current playstyle is like one session of doing things, 3 sessions of grinding to the next stage. And I did I just finished this morning, I had Growlithe left. Good, because it's I can just get a 5-cent evolve him, but he doesn't learn anything good until 59, so I might as well just keep him in the grind list. So I went from I did 3 sessions grinding from 25 to 30, and I think my next gap is 30 to 40. It's well, I've done 3 gyms and 2 things, so I guess now it's time to grind again.
I finished the game. I finished the end game part of the game.
Nice.
And I have, I think, 2 of my original Pokemon from my main team aren't level 100 yet. One of them's level 99, one of them's level 85. And, yeah, I've just been going around doing tier 5 raids trying to get cool stuff from that. And trying to get some of the Scarlet
yeah, I can
exclusives
actually
through
have
the
your-
tier 5 raids.
Have your stuff up.
Because when you've got a subscription, you can just join other people's raids like in Sword and Shield. But yeah, they're really fucking hard. A lot of the time, if you're up against something, I tried to get a Cerule Edge, and it was just yeah, no, this isn't happening. This thing is just kicking the shit out of us.
You died today.
I died a lot.
Repeatedly.
Aw, Krobus put no flooring in.
And now to the mines.
Oh, and the wizard gave me a fire quartz. Sick. Yeah, I just need food.
No food. Mine shaft.
Can we go in the desert or what?
No, the
Uh,
for the challenge.
regular mine.
Oh, okay. Just the
Yeah.
regular mine. What are we getting there again? Sorry.
You just need
On the
to
bottom.
To the bottom.
get to the end.
Oh, that's easy.
In 6 days.
They've made it hard.
It's tougher.
That's fine.
We should still be alright.
Yeah, with 4 of you.
Yeah, it's completely doable with one person. So
But
with
why
the
not
4
the
of
5
us.
of us?
Because I'm gonna. Because I'm.
At all, we have to go from 1 to the end.
Ah, squid!
I mean, I guess you can. I guess you can make stone. Like, I don't think it's.
No, you can.
Actually, these squids are tough.
I mean, they seem
It's a
fine.
little different.
No, but like they hurt.
You said why not?
Shard.
You asked why not the 5k? It's because I'm gonna stay on the first. I'm gonna go slowly and mine every single brick to get my mining up.
That's fair, as you should.
Also,
The slimes have sunglasses on.
it's because they're
They're
cool.
cool.
They're
think they're
very
called-
cool.
They're called Q slimes, I think.
He does have glasses on,
I
so
just
it
got a
makes sense.
radioactive ore.
Good, we need that.
Radioactive.
Get more.
Yeah, and we can permanently change them. Oh, not permanently, but you can switch
Oh my
the
God,
mine
Elbar.
modes now. To do this mine so you can get radioactive ore.
Yeah, what does radioactive ore do again? Oh,
We need
rainbow
it to
shell.
upgrade the galaxy weapons into infinity weapons.
Yo, rainbow shells!
How many do you need?
A bunch.
The ore?
Yeah, because you need it to get galaxy souls.
Oh, okay, well, I'm going down now.
You can just buy them.
Well, galaxy souls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but they're more expensive.
they
You
are.
can just craft
how do
them.
you craft them?
You sell uranium ore and some uranium bars and something else to the dude, and he gives you them.
Okay. Well, I'll grab as much as I can.
I was looking this up last time, but that was also 3 weeks ago, so I don't remember.
It's been a while. And I've had...
It's been a while.
I wonder
had-
whose fault that was.
You know what? I was sick the first
Sorry,
time,
one
so
here.
shut up.
Left.
No, but my problem with you being sick the first time is fine. The problem was when we finished stream the second that same week. I was like, "Well, both of you will see you on Tuesday," and you were like, "Yeah," all hyper
Here's the
about it.
thing.
And then on Sunday, you were like, "By the way,
No, here's the thing. I was
I have
sick,
become error."
So 1 week I was sick, and then that destroyed my entire brain function. And it made me forget that I said yes to doing a night shift on Tuesday instead of a morning.
Like I'm not like saying you're
I know.
a fool, but like I did the same
As you
thing.
should though.
I was like at Lyria, I was like, by the way, I have Lyria this week, and then like my dumbass forgot that the party that I'm fucking going to have to cook all day for is the same day. No session this week. I mean, honestly, we could have still done it. The party ended at 9:30. It would have been a short session, but I was
And I actually got home early as well.
I was ruined.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what I'm hearing is, Kay, I was a ladder up here.
Yeah, what you saying?
What I'm hearing, Kay, is that we could have had session,
Yeah.
but then you just didn't bother letting us know that you were free.
I already said there was no session though.
No.
We also were like last week because we had to cancel Echoes because they don't think we were up. Kay was out, had to do something important, and we're like, this is a save Kay's mum arc.
Yes,
So
important.
we kind of need her here to do that. So we're like, do we want to do a one shot? And me and Darren were like, it is too late for us to do a one shot.
We were very much considering it, but then we just realized we didn't have time to do it properly, because the idea we had, we would have had to get you guys to basically, like, make very specific characters for it.
Oh god.
Yeah, so we've got the ideas for next time something happens. We can do it. So we can get like that ready when we have like an off week. But this week, Dario, we're like, oh, we have like on Saturday we have to do like a big writing session because you guys are heading to the KC, and we have the basics of the KC.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying that.
But it's gonna be fun to do because when we do these big writing sessions where we just throw ideas at each other, it's usually just like important stuff, and then a bit way through it's dumb shit, and then either one of us is like, okay, let's hyper focus on the dumb shit for a second.
Not the important stuff. We need to go down.
Well, yeah. Like, you need to get the stupid out of the way so you have room to fill in the gaps.
The squids are there.
We had to look through our notes to find your mum's name again. Cause
Are you
like,
kidding me? You could have just asked me.
wait, you were offline. It was the one time you were offline yesterday.
No!
Like, I even checked the notes in the game and on your sheet, and like, you didn't
weren't
write them down.
I stopped writing notes a while ago, baby.
But we found them in the previous week's notes. It was just hidden in because we didn't like bold it or anything. It was just a name.
Ow.
You know, given how much time you had to react to that, Kay, I would have thought you would have moved out of the way.
I was in my inventory.
What level are you guys on?
20.
27.
5.
Oh, it's not like me.
I'm
It's not
dying.
putting the ladders down for me, so it's like I'm in my own instance. Which I don't
Strange.
mind because I'm just like going around gathering shit.
Is it because you joined Loft and we're doing a modded version of multiplayer? Maybe. That may be it. Weird, but
Yo, is that a tower of slimes?
I think I'm starting to see more ladders now, so.
Alright,
I
down.
but yeah,
There's a bunch of barrels I'm getting rid of.
I was thinking about like cancellations and stuff for streams, and usually like I used to just be like, alright, we'll do a roguelite roulette and just play these games. I've just learnt the value of having time off, so it was like,
Yeah, you did.
I'm just gonna play Pokemon by myself because like I don't really want to be on right now.
Yeah,
But-
time off
You
is pretty cool.
You learned what?
But
Wait, what were your value of what, sorry?
just time off,
Time off.
just like not being on for stream, like I'm not different personality wise. It's just like I'm more aware, like of what I'm saying and shit. And it's just like sometimes I just want to be quiet and silent, like I play games for 4 hours.
That's fair.
But
Yeah, so
I've-
someone who spends 8 hours a day sitting in front of a computer doing math, I actually would perfectly happily spend the rest of my time sitting in front of a computer.
Weird. Big beep.
But yeah, like I'm considering doing some of that stuff, just going back into things. Like we need to discuss what we're gonna do after this. It's probably gonna be Borderlands. I need to talk to Ethan about it.
Over here.
But
I feel like his schedule's gonna be pretty hefty though.
yeah, with Christmas, we might think of something else. We might do a different twist, because the original twist for the Zelda randomizer was like there was gonna be a bunch of us running the randomizer and Daring in the background going doing the game normally, see if he can beat like a mega randomized run while he's just doing it normal. But Darren's got schoolwork, so he's taking a break for a bit. So we need to think of strategies.
We can just do the randomizer anyway. But
That's what,
We could just do-
Yeah, we can just do the normal randomizer. Yeah.
it could be the practice, like the warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll
See if you
play
can actually complete
blind.
the randomizer.
If
Yeah.
us four could actually do it.
Just watch me like freak the fuck out about how like changed the game.
Yeah.
Just like it's all wrong.
And
Yo,
then I'll
where's
be
my
playing-
sword and shield?
It also gets you like trying to work the whole thing of getting 3 viewpoints available at the same time, possibly.
Yeah.
That's good.
Um,
Yeah.
because the whole thing is like, I've never played it Ocarina of Time, so it's a combination of can I actually somehow beat the game before you guys can.
I finished that game 100% of it in like 2 days once.
Yeah, so I've got my work cut out for me.
The
Yeah,
good.
so-
Like it was just like
We have
muscle
to do a bunch
memory.
of
to-
extra shit. You just have to do the necessary stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what the necessary stuff is.
That's what you gotta learn.
The necessary
tell you.
the necessary stuff is pretty linear in Ocarina. The good thing about randomizers, like this, like the particular randomizer we did, is that it's a test of your knowledge. Just being like, what is free for me right now? Like right off the gate into like when you start the game, it's like, all right, I can go get the sword and the shield. Right, what's gonna be there? And then it's just like,
And will that unlock anything for me?
yeah, and it's a fucking puzzle that you're doing blindfold.
It honestly feels
31,
so
it's
fun.
dark. You can barely see shit.
240 is pretty cool.
There we go.
I'm
the
on
40s are
a.
cool.
I'm
Zoom past Aiden.
I'm
Yeah, mushrooms!
I started late because I went to go feed the animals. And I'm also
I've
just
been leaving stuff behind. I
vibing.
found jade. I found 2 emeralds.
I've been throwing away
My
all the
inventory
crystals.
is very full.
Yeah, same.
I have not been paying attention to the treasures.
I've been throwing away all the crystals.
Alright, I'm nearly dead, so I'm gonna go up.
I also found an ancient
Yeah,
seed
boss.
and prismatic shards.
Ancient seed.
Yeah, I got a prismatic
No,
shard.
gem? Did everyone get that gem, or was it just me?
I don't
Pretty
know.
good shit.
Oh, I should totally make a fucking Skyrim reference in Guardians.
Damn, no.
Yeah.
My favorite thing, like, one of my favorite things when I first started playing Skyrim was, because you do one of the tombs right off the gate, so you get ancient Nord equipment, and, like, one
I
of
think it's
the final thing is, like, it's like an ancient Nord greatsword or something. So I got cold, so I just constantly go, the ancient Nord greatsword of cold.
The ancient cold sword of Great Nord.
Nord VP.
But I can't wait to find the part of this world that's sponsored by NordVPN.
No, it's gonna clearly be by,
Great
oh
Shadow
God.
Legends.
No, it's gonna be an
Oh,
off-brand
God.
version of it. It's like,
Viking.
You mean Surfshark?
invaded shaded myths. Invade shaded myths.
What is wrong with you?
So many things.
Can we make a new company
What isn't?
What do you mean?
so we can make that
Go ahead.
invaded shaded nips?
Invade shaded myths.
That's what we should create.
I reckon we shouldn't. There's an 11
Why?
on the bottom left here.
I'm really low.
It's 50. How many floors are in this shit? 120?
120.
120.
Well, we're at 51.
Considering,
We
yeah.
got to 40.
But
Oh, it's 11 p.m.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But sidetrack, if you've got ideas on what we should stream for at least this month of December while someone is potentially
Stream.
busy.
Only Christmas themed games.
I was just thinking, are there any Christmas online like multiplayer games?
Christmas online. Let's go. I want to be a reindeer.
It's online.
I'm gonna spec in my flying stat.
Bro, I'm gonna put my fucking points into a speed.
Actually, let's just leave. We can't really get to
I'm gonna hope to get the mutation that makes my nose red. Increases my visibility
that's a rare chance.
by 20 points.
So, can we just
It's not as
like
rare
go
as you think, 1 in
to?
9.
I think you can go down the floors.
Okay, cool.
I think. Let me check the journal.
Why?
Yeah, it's saying you stopped at 52. So I guess if you get to 50 and then continue from there, it'll be counting.
Easy peasy. I got a lot of stuff from that. That was pretty cool.
I didn't really get anything uranium based.
I got a bar and 6 ore.
I just started going down and down and down, like my mental spiral. Anyway, how you doing?
Boom. Cool.
I think that was a good day.
Twas.
Okay, look.
That was fairly productive.
Better get to bed.
I feel like we can smash Sat in like 3, maybe 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, easily free.
We're almost halfway, it's been 2 days.
I could just build a shitload of staircases and just skip the whole thing.
But you know.
I get
course-
that, but the person who feeds you is not me, so
Oh,
sucks to suck.
oh no.
Oh, Haley Gibber, hell yeah.
Congrats.
Her name is a girl. Is a girl.
You're not, are you? You're not going to.
Is a girl.
Why? You don't care about the importance of life?
One moment, Darian is making me a drink.
The Bepsis.
How dare he make
Just
drink?
a water coolie.
can't believe Darren killed us last week. Hey, I was very messed up.
Yeah, I'm
What?
still pissed.
I told you about it. It was the soul link.
Oh, yeah, good. You deserve it.
We didn't though.
Honestly, it sounds like I joke about the fact that I would get you guys killed all the time. Like, I would kill things just to spite you.
Yeah.
I joke that I would do that. That sounds like I don't even need to.
No,
You'll
you
do it
don't.
yourselves.
It was.
Ourselves.
What, Darren? It was like fucking so touch and go. I had to stop.
Consistently, I hear about how you guys are just dying left, right, and center. So it sounds like I don't even do anything.
It's not me.
It is
It's
you.
partly me.
Because I'm very cautious when I play Nuzlocke. I tend to like really set shit up so I never
Yeah.
lose routes because I'm very careful about how I do things. Which is the opposite of what you guys think I'm going to be doing. Which is
See,
why
I have the luxury.
The thing is, I
have
don't.
the luxury.
You can't do
of not knowing
that.
the game.
You couldn't do that in the randomizer though. You can't set up what Pokemon you can get in a route.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, I'm very careful about, like, what moves I have access to, so I know I can always catch things, and always, like, I
Yeah.
grind, so I'm always the right level to do stuff. I hate to lose Pokemon, and I hate more to lose an entire route with nothing.
Sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you have a
Sometimes you
Beldum.
get fucking Mewtwo, and you only... There's
Yeah,
sometimes-
I dished up a fucking Mewtwo.
Sometimes this guy just comes in and suddenly pursuit happens. It, you know.
Yeah, and that happens, Platinum is the game I've lost the most Nuzlocke in, purely from crit pursuits.
Oh, well, I should be more scared then.
The ish.
Because, like, a lot of the starting Pokemon have Pursuit as an option, like the first zones in the non-randomized version.
Oh no.
Yeah. The ish.
Black and White 2 is also terrible for that.
Oh, good to know.
The issue what happened was like it was just you had the perfect counters for us right after, like, I had a good gym battle that I waited to you, and then I'm like, oh fuck, someone has to die for me to win here. So I had to stop so Kay could have run the gym with her 4 Pokemon, and she lost 2 of them.
died.
She lost 2 of them in the fight for me. So I'm like, ah, fuck.
See, I lost one, but because I just wasn't playing extremely well, because again I don't know the game. I'm still confused as to half these Pokemon are. And then the other one I lost because I was too busy looking at AJ. I was watching him die and then I died.
We had a good run this time. We got a Salamence and a Zigzagoon somehow, and then I killed it because of a crit while grinding.
You died.
I was fighting God. I was like, I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah, can I also mention, like, in the previous round, like, cause I went into fighting Darren because we had nothing else better to do. I only had Moltrixie, so I just had my Moltrix, which is fine, you know, it's like my highest damage Pokemon, but I just can kill everything, it's fine. Motherfucker rolls up with a Deoxys.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks, Darren.
You're welcome.
Fuck you and your Deoxys.
I'll say one of my biggest, like, sad moments of a Nuzlocke was me playing my Platinum Nuzlocke and managing to set things up so
middle.
I had a guaranteed Gabble,
Mm-hmm.
and then grinding that freaking 1% rate for so long until I finally caught a Gabble.
Oh.
And then lost it 3 fights later to a rogue crit.
Oh.
You gotta play around crit range.
I literally threw it in, swapped it out, crit pursuit, instant kill. Because I had to level it up because I didn't have XP share. I needed to get him to catch up to the rest of my Pokemon.
See, this is why you gotta play around crit ranges. Pokemon challenges
More
alright.
like I should memorize every Pokemon of the game that can possibly spawn with Pursuit and just run from those battles.
Yeah, Pokemon challenges, right.
Yeah, Pokemon
put a
Challenges
mod.
also just has 50,000 rare candy, so it doesn't have to grind.
Which is a way to do it.
Yeah,
Top right.
I wouldn't.
I'll put
I
a
would've put-
I probably
mod
would.
into my Pokemon emulator that if the opponent Pokemon can have Pursuit, it will let me know. Not even if it does
sick.
have, just if it can have Pursuit.
Guys, I feel unwell.
Good.
Feel icky.
This thing is shooting farts at us.
Yeah, that's why I'm unwell and
There's
icky.
stairs there.
Oh, but I don't wanna. Grass.
Finding a lot of fiddlehead herbs or whatever they're fucking called. Ben.
Herbs.
Fiddle fart shirts.
Fiddlefur.
Fiddle fern farts.
I was So I was like debating what I want to do because I think my next Monster Wednesday is gonna be something not Pokemon after Digimon because the Soul Link's probably gonna still run at the same time. So I was like, what do I want to play? So I was thinking about it, but I know what Nuzlocke because I wanted to do Black and White. I don't know which version I'm gonna do next, and I was like, I'll do a shiny look. Well, I've been playing through all the other gens. I might as well do Gen 5, even if I don't like it. If I lose in fucking Black and White, I mean, I know why.
I would say Black and White sucks. Black and White 2 sucks because there's a solid 2 hours of running back and forth between the first 2 towns and talking to people before you can finally like catch Pokemon.
Well, that's because I have speed locks. I have enhance. Honestly, playing Pokemon, playing Scarlet and Violet without the enhance button is sort of getting to me. I'm like, I just wish this was a tiny bit faster right now.
Mate, see, I'm like, I don't want to skip through the whole game, but then I'm also like, I should there's a ladder down here, bottom center.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should just turn battle animations off.
You can't.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You can't
Here's a
actually.
question. How do you switch it between set and switch?
You don't. It's out of the game.
That's out of the game.
Yeah,
What?
it's out of the game. People are upset.
We were in a call with someone and they were bitching about that.
I don't care.
I tried doing it immediately. I prefer playing set because I find set more fun and more challenging.
You can the thing is, you can just do set. Just press B and then switch.
Yeah.
I do, but it's like I don't want to have to even have the option.
I know, but it's not gone from the game. It's just a little more inconvenient for you.
Yeah, but they should add more convenience.
They don't let you change out of your fucking uniform. You think they're gonna let you press a fucking no button to keep a Pokemon in?
That also makes me sad.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I wish I could change my clothes. That's the only thing that like upsets me. Because
But that's the one thing they did better with beforehand. Oh
but
my
at
Christ.
the same time, like I always go with Switch because I like the game to be easy.
I didn't realize that they also didn't have Switch or Set because I just have it on Switch anyway.
Yeah.
I switch it.
kind of like using set.
I switch on set for challenge runs because it's the challenge, but honestly, it's not a huge difference. Like,
I can't pick any of this stuff.
I don't.
Fuck it.
I try not to get upset with minor inconveniences in the game. Like, and a lot of people have been criticizing Scarlet and Violet for, like, its issues. I'm like, this is just if Bethesda made Pokemon, and that's fantastic to me.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I'm...
like
Everyone
graphics issues
fucking
are just
loves
funny.
Skyrim, and that's a broken mess.
Like, I get it.
People
Why do we have played Skyrim through the jank?
people are just like honestly like idiots about all stuff like this, where it's like things are only perfect if you particularly like them, and if there's a single issue that makes you not 100% love something, then it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
People do that with
That's how
Pokemon
I
games
like
as well.
Like, yes, the game should be more polished. They should have baked it for another year, fixed as many bugs as
100% they
possible.
should've.
However,
Yes.
the game is fun and fine as is.
I love
Yeah.
it. I'm so glad they brought it out as is. Sure, it's got a few like graphics bugs, whatever. It's fun. And
I think honestly, like sometimes the frame rate in there is just like okay, but
people
why?
in the very far distance walk kind of jankily, and I like it.
Yeah, it's like YOLO.
Though, to be fair, not even people in the far distance. In like that
Close.
first, like, no, in the first like classroom scene.
Yeah,
It's
I
in
love
the
it.
classroom worth
it's
jank.
so weird seeing that. It's like one thing where it's like,
I love
okay,
it.
you can't
And I was
excuse
like,
that. That's in
dude.
front and center.
It's
Yeah, I was
amazing.
like, come on, you knew you were gonna be focusing on this. Like, this is a set cutscene. I'm gonna die.
It gives it
Do
charm.
that.
I think people have noticed, and I've noticed that they use Pokeballs as camera focuses.
Yes,
Because
they have.
sometimes you like just watch a cutscene with Arvin and you see the Pokeball next to him. It's like, oh, where's that Pokeball? It's like, no, this is the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you realize you
know.
actually you realize because you can't actually go back to pick up the Pokeball. It's like, wait, why is that Pokeball even there then? It is literally like an instant
But
thing. Like,
what a way of hiding the camera in the world. It's fucking Pokemon. Like, just put a Pokeball down. Just make it like on a table, and no one would think about it. Like, oh,
No.
there's 6 Pokeballs sitting on a table. Perfect. No one would think about it. But it's when it's in the
Oh.
middle of a room next to all the shit going on. And it's
They
like,
should have put it on the table at least when making the table.
No, it's just because they forgot to turn it off. They probably just used whatever random model that they got that was like
Yeah.
thing, which is the Pokeball. It's probably like one of the first models made. So they're like, let's just use that as the camera, and then they just forgot to turn it invisible in cutscenes. Like, it's great. And
honestly, I just assumed it was Arvin's Pokeball with his fucking. Like after I realized I couldn't go back, and then learning about Arvin's story, I'm not gonna spoil things here.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was his Pokeball, and like he just like it was just sitting out because he needed it for the thing.
No, I get that.
I would have preferred if it was on the table, but I agree with that.
Yeah, no, it would make more sense if it was on the table or on his belt or something. But like, I honestly just thought it was his Pokeball.
Again, it's such like minor issues for a game that it like sure I've had it crash like a couple of times, but it auto saves. It's probably I don't know if Sword and Shield used to do that, but I'm loving the auto save feature because I haven't lost any ridiculous amounts of information. It's good.
I think the one crash I had, I lost one TM that I picked up,
No.
which I then walked back and picked it up again because it was a static swap.
Like, I can still
It
see why
didn't matter.
people complain a lot about like the more graphical
People
edge,
just like to
just
complain
general.
a lot, honestly.
Well, like the general
Yeah.
performance, I understand. Like,
I haven't had an
you
issue.
kind of do deserve better if you're paying full price.
Yeah, I think it's.
Okay. Wait, you deserve better if you're paying full price.
Yeah.
Bethesda.
At the
Exactly.
I don't think we count Bethesda.
We
Anymore.
why not?
Though.
If we're comparing Game Freak and Bethesda,
I don't know if I can-
Yeah, why should you hold one company to a stand you don't hold another company to?
Oh no, I hold Bethesda that company. That's why I was interested in actually playing Fallout. I was thinking of getting
stole my
Fallout 76,
mushroom,
but then I just never thought about it ever again. You stole your mushroom?
I was about to fucking pick up a purple mushroom and some
No,
kind
I need. No, I still because I need to eat it because I'm dying.
There's a purple
Okay,
mushroom up
that's
there.
fine.
I was out of health and out of food, so I just went home.
That's fair.
But hey, 80 floors pretty good.
I'm gonna keep
Where
going
are
for a
we?
bit.
Yeah. I've healed up now, so I'm good to keep going.
You healed for how much?
Oh, stairs.
Jesus. I've been lagging throughout this entire mine.
Yeah, it is a bit like that.
But honestly, like, I haven't had a single performance issue on Pokemon that's hampered my experience in the game.
Yeah,
Same.
same. It's functioned completely fine for me.
And it like, and it's not just Bethesda that brings out games that have like terrible fucking graphical bugs and gameplay issues. Like so many other companies. have
Oh
done it.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, for example, when that game came out, it was a hot mess.
But it's why I don't really
No
buy
Man's
those
Sky.
kinds of games.
No Man's
The
Sky is still a hot
PC
mess.
Arkham Knight or something.
Yeah.
Whatever
Oh, the
it is,
new
like
Arkham
the
You
Knight.
are right,
Batman.
yeah.
There's that Batman one that just didn't work.
Yep.
But yeah, it's
that
because of
Star
stuff like
Wars
that though,
game,
this is why I don't buy the games.
Jedi Fallen Order, that's still got like heaps of bugs in it, apparently. Like
Battlefront 2.
animation bugs and stuff like
We
that.
don't, Battlefront 2 is its own mess.
Oh,
Battlefront 2 had different issues.
the most recent, the last 3 Battlefield games on release were basically
Yeah, they've been
broken
horrible.
messes.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a fact that
That's what-
nowadays getting a game released
Damn it.
that is barely functional is still somehow considered okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't like that.
And honestly, a game that at least doesn't crash every 30 goddamn feet, I'm good with it. I've had one crash in the time I've played and I'm having fun. It's a win.
Alright, I got to 90.
Also, you can get
Wait, what?
you can get a Japanese Ditto, or you can get like a Ditto in another language really easily. Like, there's a system for it.
I'm not sure how you get a Ditto in general.
you just find
There's
them.
an area where they're basically pretending to be other Pokemon, so you
Yeah,
have to go to
'cause-
that area and just pick up, like, just go into.
Just catch
What?
everything.
No, because
Yeah.
you
No,
you
don't.
you
It'll
you
turn into
can
the Ditto.
you can hover.
Turns into once
If you hover over it, if you hover over something you've captured, it just says question mark, question mark, question mark, or ditto if you've seen it already, so you can find it after you find one.
They need to find one.
Yeah, because
I
I had
didn't.
an area where, like on the mini map when it shows you like what Pokemon are there, one of them was a Ditto, and I was like, oh wait, there's a Ditto here, and I was like, wait, how do I know? Like, is it just gonna be a Ditto, or is it just gonna be one of these Pokemon?
Where is
I
the
just
Ditto?
did it, and then I was like, ah, fuck, how do I know which one's the Ditto? There's so many Pokemon here.
There was a Twitter thing just now that I read. It's like, did someone catch the rarest shiny Pokemon? And it was like,
Oh, shit.
because Dittos don't appear as shiny when they're transformed. They appear as normal, but then they glow shiny when they transform back. And I'm just sitting there like, Sinisty's in the game, so technically no, you do not have the rarest shiny in the game. Because if you don't know, Sinistea has two forms, one authentic, one normal, and authentic is super hard to find already. And then getting a shiny authentic is like ridiculous. The day is done.
Press
The
button.
day is over.
Day over.
Fell asleep in the snow.
That's where the blanket is.
No.
Have popsicle.
I've had another popsicle.
Sam's just like, I picked you up from the bed and you
And then
just
a fire,
you were
and
just
mist.
ass out in the snow like 5 feet from my house. What happened?
Dude, he
No,
made
it
me a
isn't my
hot
gun.
pot.
That's my secret weapon.
My
Mist.
secret friend is Mayor Lewis. I'm just gonna give him a, just, I don't know, a bomb.
Something.
Oh,
Give him
Robin.
his pants.
Yeah, I don't have them
Oh
anymore.
my god, wait, is that an option?
Yes.
Yeah, take your
What
pants back.
What does happen? I think he's just like, shh, don't, don't.
He's like,
don't.
oh, fucking end your career.
Why the
I
fuck
don't,
do you
I
have
don't
these?
think he's happy about it.
No, he never is. If you don't give, if you give him his pants in any way other than the
In
way
private.
you're supposed to, he's pissed.
I like the one where you put the pants in the,
He blew out.
yeah, the hot pot, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then they eat the food, and then it floats to the surface, and he's like, it's a funny taste. And it happens, and the guy's like, I'm gonna be sick.
I love that.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
It's just a funny taste for a funny little guy. I checked my analytics because I usually check it once a day just to see how things are on YouTube, and the latest fucking Hollow Knight is doing pretty well. Usually one of my better ones, 18 views. That doesn't seem like a lot, but still pretty good. And there's a person who liked it. I'm like, oh cool. And then there's a person who disliked it as well. I'm like, someone doesn't like me winning. That's weird. And I said that to Lily. She's like, it's probably those people who want to do magic in that game. Because the console's like, why aren't you using spells? I'm like, because it's Hollow Knight, not Hollow Eldritch Knight. Shut up.
That's a great counter to that.
But why is it so hard? Just use magic? No.
No.
Why would someone go to the effort of watching something and then disliking it? Like, I don't think I've
Have you
disliked
seen
it.
the internet?
I don't mind.
Any YouTube video.
Frankly, I think it's funny. There was another dislike. I did Kingdom Hearts with Kay, and it was really fucking good. And I'm like, yeah, I dislike this game too, buddy. I don't want to be here.
That's funny. Oh, yeah, there's a ladder over here.
Center.
I think I found the game that is akin to torture, which is Chain of Memories. Re-Chain of Memories. I would not subject that to my worst person.
But what if we played Chain of Memories?
No.
Played this game, but I know a game that I would consider like torture that's not Kingdom Hearts.
Mm.
It's this really old 64 game that I hired out once. I think it was called like Aiden Chronicles or something like that. And it was the jankiest fucking hot mess of a game that I've
For a minute, I thought you were gonna say Superman 64. When you mentioned 64
Oh
game.
yeah, I mean I've heard that game's pretty good.
I've got that game.
Why?
I got it with my 64 from my uncle. I got Superman 64. I got GoldenEye.
Oh, you're going out?
Hey,
Like,
GoldenEye's pretty good, but I know a better game than GoldenEye in that.
It's
No.
called Donkey Kong 64. It's the greatest game of all time.
Fucking Perfect Dark was so good.
No,
I lived and breathed that shit. And I used to have GoldenEye before Perfect Dark came out.
Fuck off.
And when it did come out, we just stopped playing GoldenEye and just played Perfect Dark instead.
I don't know, like, because I definitely want to.
Slappers.
I definitely do want a Donkey Kong 64 run because it's one of my favorite games. I just don't know when I want to do it.
Never played it actually.
It's a
Donkey Kong 64
fun.
is so good.
It's probably my favorite collectible.
Yeah, it makes
Collectathon.
sense.
Just because
Such a good game.
Banjo-Kazooie is good, and I like Banjo-Kazooie, but I think there is such more diversity in in 64 because you can play 5 characters. They can all do different things. Like they all have separate ranged weapons. They all have separate abilities, and like there's a lot of content. Like they each get like 5 bananas in a world, so you have to go find those bananas or something. It's good. It's a good game.
You need to sort of figure out which character to use, what situation. It's a very good game. I haven't played it in years. And I think the worlds are really interesting as well. That was something I really liked about it. All the little places you can go were just really unique. Like Banjo-Kazooie's, yeah, that's also really fucking unique as well. But I don't know. It's definitely a lot more challenging than Banjo-Kazooie. Where maybe not Banjo-Tooie, but yeah.
Basically, if you have a game made by Rare in the year of the 64, it's gonna be a good game.
Yep. I have never finished Conker's Bad Fur Day.
It's a good game.
That game is so hard.
Nah, it's fucking awesome.
But I knew all the cool content because there's a cheat that you can put in that basically makes it so you can like go and watch any cutscene and go to that area. So I've basically finished the game without finishing the game.
I used to have 400% save files of Conker's Bad Fur Day on my Xbox for the Conker's Live and Reloaded. Because for each 100% save file, you unlocked more cheat codes.
I think Live and Reloaded was a little bit easier in the spot that I got stuck at.
Which spot was it?
The nightclub. It was just complicated. You had to like beat the crap out of these dudes, and like they were like little gargoyle things, and you had to roll them into like these areas, and it didn't make a whole heap of sense where to put them. And it was just like, okay, how do I get this one here?
Honestly, I was like, you said nightclub. I don't remember a nightclub part of the game. I don't even remember that.
They might have even gotten rid of it.
It wouldn't surprise me. Like, for me, I always thought the hardest part of the game was the World War II section of the game. The fucking landing at D-Day with the teddies, like that shit.
Yeah.
It was like traumatic.
It was like the Saving Private Ryan bit, and then it had the fucking Exorcist bit in there as well. God, that game was good.
I've tried playing it on my super awesome 64 GX Plus 1080p, and I never got super far into it. But I want to finish that game at one point.
It doesn't look too interesting to me.
That's because you're a child and you're a zoomer.
I am Zuma. That makes sense.
There were a few, because there were a lot of things they changed in the two games, like Live and Reloaded versus Bad Fur Day. Like I remember in Bad Fur Day, you use a frying pan as weapon. In Live and Reloaded, you use a bat with nails in it.
Oh really?
Yeah, because you hit the gargoyle at the start of the game with a frying pan, and he just cusses you out for like a solid minute about how you're an idiot for using a frying pan. And then you pull out the bat and you smack him with it, and that kills him.
Yeah, I think I've seen that actually, because I know in the original one, he just laughs his ass off and then falls off the cliff.
Yeah.
It's like, haha, frying pan, you idiot. And then slips and falls and dies.
Yeah, so he's like, a frying pan, you stupid twat. And then you go, well, thank God I brought this, and you hit him with the bat instead, and he dies.
That's funny.
Bottom right corner.
God, at this point, I'm desyncing too much.
Good.
Oh man, I accidentally left. Oh really? Oh, it's not there for me.
Why is there treasure here? Have I never been here before? Actually, I might not.
You've never been to 110, probably.
That would not surprise me.
That's funny.
Oh shit.
I don't know why I'm having a lot of desync issues. I don't think my net's bad at the moment.
I think that like it's happening to us as well.
Yeah, it's just happening all over because there's 4 of us here.
Yeah, probably that.
I love that when we kill everything on the map and there's no ladder, so we just all turn to strip mine.
Perfect Dark was a weird game actually.
Yep.
I just remember the fucking
games.
Ladder on the right side, top.
There was a gun that you could get that was like, because all of the guns had secondary abilities because it's based in the future and whatever. And you can get this gun that's called the laptop gun, which you can literally set up as a turret on the wall. So in multiplayer, you find like a choke point and just set a laptop gun up.
I'm going to die soon.
It was great.
Yeah, I almost died. I had 4 hit points left.
Honestly, that just
You need
reminds
some
me
food?
of.
I'm good. I ate something.
Do you have more food?
We have a double ladder back to back.
I have 6 health.
Yeah, come here.
Nice, proud
Oh,
of you.
you just left.
Yeah?
Okay.
Oh, if you come to here.
You've abandoned us.
There you go.
Dang.
I found
No,
that.
it's the
Uh,
sun.
you.
Right.
We only have
Oh,
fucking
God,
5
that
floors
was-
to go.
Oh, that's so much health.
What food did you eat?
Farmer's
Farmer's
lunch.
lunch.
I
Maybe
mean,
90.
I was eating rich platters, which only give you 50.
I was eating whatever food I had in my inventory that was
I
given to
just
me from
found it off
people.
an enemy, so
I heard the sound of ladder. Yep, left side.
Thanks.
Someone used it and didn't say anything.
Just straight in the middle.
that was me. Sorry. I went into my own world.
I just assumed it was K.
What?
Yeah.
What did I do?
You didn't do anything. It was me.
I haven't been doing anything. I've been away for a while.
There we go.
Good one.
I'm back.
Welcome
Hooray.
back.
Come back tomorrow. I don't want to come back tomorrow.
Alright, I'll leave then.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to.
Good.
Good use of time, hell yeah.
I'd say so. We smashed through that really quick. It only took us, what,
Got 50
3
gems
days?
from that as well.
Yeah, I have no idea where to spend them all, but we got them.
I just found out that my secret friend is Jazz.
Same, you know.
She
What?
likes cake. Pink cake.
I don't know how Jazz gets.
What about that strange
presents.
bun? She's
I
a
don't
child.
think
She gets a lot of
people like
presents.
strange buns.
What about these buns?
Got 'em.
She's 6.
You know,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Of course.
No,
So-
I didn't know which one Jazz was.
Ugh.
So I figured I'd stop you there.
Yes, quit
I
worrying,
didn't
buddy.
appreciate it, but
Anyone need rainbow shells by chance?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know where to put cells and stuff like that.
Make it a bikini. In winter.
Yeah, I'll have a bikini.
Where are
Uh,
we?
I'll have a bikini.
Here you go. Take the shell.
I got an enricher while we were down there.
So did I.
Oh yeah, when it's like that, we can also get auto headers, I believe.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
When the mine's like that, there's like a super rare chance of getting one from. I can't remember if it's enemies in general or like certain types of enemies.
I got an auto grabber. Not this time, but I got it from something else.
Fair news.
Auto header.
Oh my god, it's a bikini top. I love it. That's hot.
Can you make apple bottom jeans specifically if you give an apple?
Yeah,
Only if the boots of the fur.
Let's see. You should
But
change
is-
to that.
the whole club looking at her.
Because
I like
she
that.
hit
Goes
the
with
floor.
bikini top. You need to find like a
Yeah, it's
loincloth
kind
or
of fucked
something.
up. Floor didn't do
And
anything.
next thing you know.
Should be able to.
Shorty going
Yeah,
low,
yeah.
low, low,
Yeah, she's 6 feet under.
low. Floor never saw it coming.
That kind of energy today.
uh,
Yeah.
who's not in bed?
Me.
You're not sleeping like
How
a good person.
dare you.
Sorry, I have to give a diamond to Kruger's.
That's fair. He's the homie.
Yes.
It's too bad you can't date him.
Just do it anyway.
Marrying Krogus would be great. It's a little like
How do you
weird
get
shadow
the
creature.
exposed?
Look, you don't have to marry the person. You can just be with them forever. That still counts.
They can just live with you.
It's the ultimate friend mance.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to be married. What does married do anyway? It's too expensive.
I know, right? That's a mood.
Just sign some papers and just be done with it, you know? Don't need all this
Paper
something
signing is expensive.
Yeah, I don't want to do it
Trust
then.
me, I know it costs like $500 just to sign the paper.
Bullshit.
That's probably... Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's like, I think it was like 450 was like the cheapest you could go.
Gus need a
Gus
coconut.
wants coconut.
You wish for coconut.
Oh, actually, we should.
Dun, 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 dun.
Instead of Coke, oh no, how about Coke, yes?
Fuck yeah! Oh, I should go to the island to actually get the pineapples.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
I've been reminded of my task.
You have a goal.
I'm back to grinding foraging.
Dude, I need a goal, otherwise I don't function.
I'd be very happy if by the end of this stream I could finally hit level 10 foraging.
Good luck with that, buddy.
I have been on level 9 foraging.
What's your current level? Level 9, okay. Well, maybe you will then.
Well, I've been on level 9 since like spring of year 2.
If you were literally on anything other than 9, I would literally be like, haha, Lamau, you good luck.
Yeah, and it's not like I haven't done foraging. I've been going out and doing it every so often. It's just goddamn is it bad to level.
I'm on level 6.
I'm also
7.
on
Good
9.
luck.
Look, foraging is that one thing I leave and just forget about because, you know, you don't need it.
I just wanted to have all 10s.
Yeah, what were you saying? Like, are we talking about foraging level?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on level 7. My fishing is level 4.
Oh.
Everything else is 10.
So I'm the highest statted person here with all 10s except in foraging.
Probably.
So yeah.
I've got 10s and everything else, 9 in fishing and 7 in foraging.
I'm gonna do some fishing today.
I have
It's just
10
because I
in-
can't be fucked fishing.
I have 10 in farming and combat, 9 in mining, 6 in foraging, 9 in fishing.
I guess pineapples.
Combat was a pain in the butt to level up.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
With it?
Well, yeah, because you're always out there fighting things.
Yeah. Easy.
Even when you're out there fighting, it still takes a fair bit of time.
But that's all I do.
All I do is kill.
That is my life.
I'm a hunter.
I think the island is actually a good place to grind foraging.
It probably is, yeah.
It's better than winter.
Yeah. When there's
Clint
no
is not
damn
here.
breeze.
Don't
Clint
take my
is not
tree.
here. Where is Clint?
It's
Is he at the
Friday.
Community center. Fuck you, Clint.
Yeah, it's Friday. He might be there.
What a
Friday,
shit.
high day.
I just wanted to upgrade my home.
Alright, I just need another 20 pineapples.
Does digging up worms count as foraging XP?
No.
No. But they should.
It really should, yeah.
I can't remember if the ginger does either.
I know
Good
that
question.
picking up coconuts, I believe, in the desert does count.
Coconuts, more like cope and nuts.
Or like cocoa cucks.
Oh.
Oh,
I
that's.
like cooked these nuts.
God damn.
Got him.
Got him.
God, this is funny content.
Don't.
Don't.
What?
Don't enable.
No, I want
Don't
to
even,
enable.
don't even be sarcastic about it. Just
I'm an enabler.
sit here in silence and regret like the rest of us.
See, the problem is that I have no silence.
The real question is, how long before we all, for some reason, decide to come back to this for year 3? And what the
Not
fuck will
long.
we do in year 3?
That's a good question, actually.
Nothing.
Hey, we basically ran out of shit to do in year 2.
We save up for the return scepter. That's what I'm gonna do.
Build Pam a house, I guess.
Fuck
I guess we,
Pam,
I guess
I'm
we just,
out of
I
there.
guess we just spend year. I think we just spend year 3 then just decorating the farm.
I do want to get the upgraded scarecrow and get the mega scarecrow
Yeah.
and then plant 5 of them or 4 of them like my current layout, so I can have like a ridiculous fucking setup.
And that's our goal. Our goal is only that and making the farm pretty.
The bot copy and pasted an essay. Someone wrote that essay and gave it to a bot to copy and paste all over. The bot didn't make it up on the spot. It was just a bot in chat. Wrote a whole ass, but just pasted a whole ass paragraph.
That's pretty normal. Well, no, a lot of them just post the link.
Yeah.
It says
Yeah.
everything you need in the link.
Hey, go for followers link here, and this one's like, hi, how are you doing? Would you like to partake in botting?
Oh yeah,
I
my
like
avatar.
bots, and I cannot lie.
The avatar Kickstarter I backed. I'm not sure if it was last year or the start of this year.
I think I know
The
that.
Avatar
But-
D&D style one?
Yeah, and that's supposed to. The stuff's supposed to come soon.
Wait, blue people
Ah.
or airbender?
Airbender.
Airbender.
Because
And the blue
it's
people.
the only valid one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure, not
I
right.
can name a character from the Blue People avatar, so it's the best thing in the world. Clearly.
You can name a person.
Yeah, Jake Sue Lee
Is that the
and
one?
Neytiri, yes. And the
I never watched the
Navi.
movie.
He's the main character.
I watched it when it came out with my dad because he was like,
Was
"You
it
want to
good,
go
what
watch
everyone
it?"
said?
It's okay. It was fanny. It was space Pocahontas, really. Like,
I always
Never
thought it was
watched
I always
Sure
thought
wasn't
it
a
was it was the what was that movie called? Fuck.
Avatar
No.
Lost
the-
Airbender?
by
no,
my
the
Night
other
Shyamalan.
one that Avatar
Great
was
movie.
basically based on. Country Gully?
Oh, Fentry Gully, yeah!
It's just Ferntree Gully. Like the entire plot is exactly the same.
Except there's no Robin Williams.
Yeah, which is the worst fucking tragedy.
It's an okay. Like it's not like the greatest film in the world.
It's not bad, it's just...
Like,
it's just
the reason why I held its position as like biggest box office was because it was technological.
Yeah.
Technologically, it was amazing, and that's what everyone wanted to see. But as a film, it's okay.
It's
Okay.
It could have been an hour shorter.
Yeah.
See, I've just wanted to know. I've never seen it, so.
I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's okay. Watch it if you want.
I probably won't.
It's the same.
If you watch on a big screen, it's like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool, but like, I never have to watch it again.
Yeah, I saw it in IMAX the first time I saw it, and I fully agree.
It's the same as like I want to put like I don't think Dune was ever hyped to that level, but Dune is one of those movies like it was a good movie. If you want to watch
I
it,
heard
go
all kinds of
ahead.
Things about that.
But it's a 3-hour movie. If you want to commit yourself to that, go ahead. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Dune is
I need
good.
to watch more movies.
I need to go read the
should
book.
watch more movies.
Apparently the books are a bit trippy.
Yeah, the book like apparently this is like a huge like political thing. It's like if it's like a space D&D political thing. It's like
Hell
fucking
yeah.
great.
Oh, we've got some iridium wine.
Nice.
Putting it in Darian's chest so he can divvy it
Yeah,
out.
like always. Yeah, I didn't divvy out in a few days because it's slower. Like this time of year, I just like wait and then I divvy them out like batches at a
You're
time.
on the mine currently, aren't you, AJ?
Yes.
Okay, I won't press the shrine.
I can leave. I'm just hitting
So-
rock.
Here's the thing that just made me very frustrated with myself. So I went around the map and I just happened to go by the Adventurers Guild.
Mhm.
And so I thought, you know what I'm gonna do while I'm here? I'm gonna use the item recovery service to get back the 50 cinder shards I lost when I died last time.
Mhm.
No.
And I did that. And then,
Hey,
when I
miss.
came back from my string of foraging, I thought, I'm gonna sell all the crap I just foraged.
You just sold them, didn't you?
I just sold 50 cinder shards.
Yo, I think of the money you're gonna get from that.
Wait,
Not much, I bet.
doesn't he mail?
No.
Hmm.
I had
Professor
I
Six, a
haven't
class
died like in
revised
ages.
name.
It's been since a while ago.
Okay, you just had them in your inventory.
Uni.
Sweet, we got bananas.
I didn't ever watch a uni lecture. I watched the first week uni lectures while I was present, like because the first week is supposed to be orientation, and at the start of the first term, you're always gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come to school every day I need to. And then week 2, you're like, fuck that noise. I can save like 6 hours of sleep if I don't go on the lectures.
Yeah, see, the longest I went to actually showing up to uni was in my first year when I showed up to, I think, the first 4 weeks of uni. But that's also partially my fault because I organized it so that almost all of my classes were in one day.
No, yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, so my day started at 8:30 in the morning and finished at 8 p.m. at night.
Yep.
Fuck that.
And it was an hour
Bye.
train ride each way.
You monster, that sounds horrible.
So I'd get up at like 5:30 in the morning to go to uni, spend the entire day jumping between lectures and shoots, and then get home at like almost 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
But then you have 7 weeks free. Then you have 7 days a week free. If you
6 days.
6 days if you're not working. So you're like,
Yeah.
it balances. Like that's what I did. That worked
I
for
did
me.
it for 2 days. At least.
It worked. It worked for me for actually a little while until my job decided that the only day a week they should set me for a guaranteed shift is the one day I had literally 100% of my uni work on. And I was like, well, I guess I got to pick between going to uni or going to work, and I really needed the money.
I've never
Goodbye,
been to uni
uni.
before, but I lived with someone who studied full time, and they fucking lucked out because they managed to get into Melbourne Uni, and we lived like a block away from Melbourne Uni. So it was just like, oh, just walk to class when you have a class, and you can always walk home when you don't have anything in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
It
because
was
I had to
just
travel.
cheap.
Because I had to travel so far for mine,
College
I
is a
just-
scam?
I actively didn't want to have to do shit.
I don't think it's a scam. I just think it's college should be a
Again,
thing.
depending where you are.
College should be a thing if you want to go to it. It shouldn't have to be the end all be all.
Yeah,
Like
in
upper
Australia,
education should be like there.
in Australia, then uni is not a scam.
Yeah.
Because it's basically free.
Yeah, if you have
If I tick a box, it is free for me.
if you can get Hex, you're going to uni for free.
Yeah, literally.
100% you're right. They treat it like a business more than an education, which is very frustrating. Very few like hell. The course I'm currently doing has a really shady thing where you have to get 100% in every unit to technically pass the course.
Okay.
And if you fail a unit, you can pay them to have a second chance at it.
It sucks so much.
And then
Or
if you don't finish it, you can pay them more to give you an extra month. And this is very much predatory in some ways because I have noticed the questions are actively vaguely written so that like you can get things wrong purely because you don't 100% know the answer they're looking for.
It's so
And they're
filthy.
always looking for very specific answers.
It is so filthy. I hate it.
Yeah, there's also a
I'm
case
gonna
of
say-
That's sketch.
it's also the case of like I had one unit that I failed because like I had this incredibly vague question. I had no idea what they were talking about. I guessed. I was wrong. I had to do the unit again, and they give you like a modified version so you can see like what the teacher's notes are on it. And there's like 3 extra sentences of information that when reading them, I knew exactly what they wanted, but they just weren't in the copy that I initially got.
Yeah.
It's full predatory as fuck. But also, it's in a course system that I pay completely no money for, except unless I do this. And the company I work for pays initially, but then when I finish the course, they get a full reimbursement for the cost of the course from the government.
Mm.
And then they have a fully qualified account
Yeah.
on their team.
So it's like, the company is basically like, gets money, the school gets money from the government in the end,
It definitely works out.
and then
in the
also
same
from
way.
me.
Governments.
And it has no classes, because it's all like, hey, here's all the work, do it yourself and submit it, and here's the final day.
Bye.
Yeah, I have to do everything myself.
I just
Yeah.
procrastinate too much when it comes to studying. Like, if I'm getting paid for something, then I'll give it my all. But if it's just like, oh, I've got to do this, but I can
Which
do
is-
something else.
Which is weird because you're paying for it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
That's the
literally.
thing. Like, I never. I think I did a certificate course and I showed up to that and finished it and completed it all because that was only like 3 months long. But
Long
through
term.
pretty much any of like through high school and stuff like that, it was just bare minimum till I could get out of it basically.
Interestingly, the university I
that.
got into that I then later dropped out of had a minimum acceptance like level that I did not qualify for because I fully checked out of like year 10 through 12 of high school because my school was shit. But I got in anyway on my first try because the one class that I had amazing marks for was accounting. It's like I basically had like I think a 98% in accounting and like finance. Oh hey, apparently I got the cinder shards back that I sold.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I just.
Oh, you probably didn't. Okay, you probably didn't sell it then. Because it comes to you in the mail, you don't get it. You don't when you pay for it, you don't get it then and there. So you didn't sell it. It just came today.
Yeah, I was saying. I thought when you select.
Yeah, I thought Rebecca was right.
To do the thing, it comes to you in the mail.
Did not know that.
Well, you know. Yeah, no, school,
Did you
school
just
is...
have 50 other shards in your inventory?
Don't think
Nope. I just sold everything and then I realized they weren't there and I was like, God damn it, did I really just do that?
Alright then.
My bio-prof does the absolute bare minimum teaching. She legit reads word for word off the PowerPoint. Yeah, I don't like it when... I didn't really like it when lecturers did that, but I know, like... Whatever.
Because it's their fucking job, so...
That's even a thing in high school, though.
But I was luckily in a course where it was like... The PowerPoint was the textbook that you had to read. Like, it was never really like, pay $300 for a fucking textbook. I think I did that like... twice in year one, and it's like, well, thank fuck.
I'm just a worker. Like I like to have a job and make money.
I just don't think I can really go back to like education again. Like I felt so burnt out like after high school that I now have a problem actually sitting down and doing stuff. I'm trying to do shit for getting my manager's license so I can actually like become 2IC because I've been offered 2IC at the place I work. But I'm still putting that off because I just can't sit down and do it properly. Like,
yeah, that's how I feel with studying, and I think high school kind of ruined it for me.
yeah,
because
it
I
killed
went
me.
to a really bad high school.
I
I had a very bad time.
will say, college education and high school
It's
education
fucking different.
is very different because, like, it just for me, it just felt different in a good way. Like, I felt like I liked how uni ran, like, schoolwork wise a lot more than I did for high school, and a lot of the effort, like, to get a good grade in uni is on you.
Yeah, I think like
I can
because
understand that.
over here it's a little different now. I think they're going back to like what the rest of Australia does, but when I was in school, year 7 and year 10 is in high school. And then after you finish that, year 11 and 12, you go to like a different place. Like you don't do it at your regular high school. Depends on where you live. Like in Devonport, there was a place called Don Campus, or like Don College. And it's just, yeah, year 11, 12 or 13 if you want to do an extra year. And it was a lot more, we were treated a lot more like adults, I guess. So the teachers went by their first names, and it was a lot more like, you show up to class if you want to, you can go home if you want to, but like, you know, if you don't show up to class, then you're not going to get attendance for that class, and you'll fucking probably fail if you do it too often, whatever. But it was just a lot more free, but that just made it so I used to just not go to class. I'd just go hang out, and there was like a little place we used to hang out, me and my friends, and we'd just go there all the time and just not work.
Those things, like, that's the whole point of it. It's like, it's your choice to do that.
Yeah, I
like-
didn't fail anything, I bare minimum everything, and then I just finished and went into full-time work, because that's what I wanted to do.
I did. Go on.
Actively failed some of my classes in high school because of complete bullshit in my school. But my personal favorite was similar to yours, Mira, where your biology prof does basically nothing. I had a physics teacher who he had a doctorate in physics, like he was that fucking smart. But rather than teaching us anything, he spent at least 2/3 of every lesson talking about his career as a physicist and stuff like that, and how smart he is, and papers he's written and stuff like that, and then
Nice.
try to just sham an entire class worth of lesson into the final 20 minutes. So almost everyone in my class failed because of obvious reasons.
I'm sure he didn't stay as a teacher for very long.
And, I'm pretty sure he's still teaching.
I had
It's
this.
so frustrating.
We had a safe sort of guy, like a a physicist who like has a master's degree or had a doctorate, and he was a good teacher. He was like, he did the same things as Darren's. Like, this is like something that I did, but it was like, I went to Japan. I went to a bullet train. This is like he clearly was like, can someone tell me how? Like, he told a story and he put like the math and was like, tell me how fast. Tell me how fast the bullet train was going in like in how what was its velocity, and he like was like, nice, I like you.
That's
You're my
cool.
favorite teacher.
Yeah.
We had a teacher that was like really fucking smart in grade 11 and 12, and he did like a bunch of different classes. He did like the drama class, he did
Oh, shit.
English, mostly creative writing and stuff like that, but he also taught most of the languages. But this dude was fluent in like 5 different languages, and he just traveled. Like, he really loved France, especially. Like, he'd go to France a lot. But he went like all over Europe, and he was just really cultured and really smart, and like talking to him you always felt like really fucking stupid because this dude just spoke so well. And yeah, he taught so much stuff, and he was a really cool teacher.
I was gonna say, my teacher, the shit one I had, he very much taught me the whole statement of just because someone is very knowledgeable in a field doesn't mean they have the skills to transfer that knowledge on to the next generation.
Well, teaching him itself is a skill.
Yeah.
So like, you
Yeah, it
have
literally is
that,
a
then
skill.
Well, they say though, having a degree in teaching is not a qualification for being a university professor.
Nope.
You've got to have patience. You've got to like be able to. Some people learn differently, and you need to be able to understand that. Some people don't learn like from just being told something. They need to actually sort of do it themselves.
And
Yeah,
I
when I
mean,
was in uni, I had to write. I memorize things best by writing them. So
Yes.
like, I had to they're talking on the lectures and stuff, and I'm rewriting everything they're saying so I
Yeah.
can like remember it, which is very frustrating when you're having to like power type out an hour-long thing without any breaks because the person talks without stopping.
yeah.
And
You literally just described my economics class.
Yep. But it's like, if it's what you have to do to remember the information, because if I just look at the slides or if I just read them, it's gonna go out the back of my head immediately.
I mean,
I-
that's why I
trying to learn. Like, I have to. I'm very like on the practical side. Like, it's why I learn better when I do something myself. So I have to fail a bit before I can actually do it.
I'm definitely the kind of person that needs that extra like sort of push, or like as well as like just that extra bit of help just to get me started. But like once I get started, like doing like theories and stuff doesn't work. Give me the practical. Like the practicals is the stuff that actually helps me understand the theory in the first place.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, similar to Darian, like, I cannot remember shit unless I write it down properly. Like, I remember having to do economics, like, each lesson. I would write down as much as I could. I would actually ask the teacher for the PowerPoint that was used, and go through and do my notes again in full paragraphs. Like, just so I could try to understand what the fuck was being, like, said during class.
That's
It's
where I
really the
was
reason
lucky.
why I, like, do my notes the way I do, because of that.
That's where I was lucky with the uni I went to. They did a thing where after a lecture, the lecture would then be like all the lectures are recorded. So afterwards, it would be posted online with a full PowerPoint and everything.
Oh,
So
that
like
sounds
I could
useful.
go and look it up myself later if I needed to.
Yeah, like Deacon put the VODs, like all the lectures I took were recorded, so the VODs were put out like on the day. So like if I ever because I never went to the lecture, I just watched the lecture from home and like wrote notes at my own pace.
Most people do that though, don't they?
That would
I feel
be
like
so much
that's the
better
only
for
way
me.
to do it.
Though I will
Like
say,
doing like that with like pause and play, like control would be so helpful.
Yeah.
and like I don't have an issue with university for the most part because I had a horrible fucking like time in my latter half of high school. Not like high school sucked. It was like no, my school was fucking garbage. And I had lots of issues with that. So when it came to university and they actually treat you like a human being, it was quite good for me. But it was one of those situations where it's like if you start dropping the ball, they don't give a fuck. It's on you to maintain your stuff, and I didn't, and I dropped out.
That was why that was sort of what college was like for me. But in high school, it was like a matter of the teachers only really cared about specific intelligent groups. So like,
Yes.
if you were sporty, then that was it. Like the teachers loved you. If you were like intelligent in science and maths and stuff, then yeah, you were a top kid. But like English and stuff and art, no, they just didn't give a shit. It wasn't until I was in grade 10 did I even get recognised for any of the work that I did, and I'd worked my ass off.
See, weirdly,
I used to do like during recess and lunch, I'd go into the art room and just draw. I'd managed to like talk most of my teachers into letting like the classes that were kind of like a bit vaguely sort of art into just like standard art. So I was working my ass off. And I didn't get recognised until grade 10, whereas other students that were like, oh, you know, they did like this thing that was like, oh, kind of sporty, they're in this, they got like awards and shit like that, and I was just ignored.
See, weirdly for a public school, like, it was the huge, like, push to get, like, as many people as they could into, like, higher education and shit. So there was, like, this whole, like, weight thrown upon us, like, constantly. And, like, it's sort of a bit of an opposite situation. Like, if you were, like, more the sporty type or just, like, doing that, they kind of gave less attention to you. And, like, if you weren't doing, like, on the higher ups in those subjects, again, less attention. It was just one of those things where, like, you kind of just basically, like, indirectly told to do well or to go away.
See, my personal favorite with my school was that it was a Catholic school.
Oh, yeah.
And they very much shoved down our throats, you've got to pass, you have to, year 10, 11, 12 matter, if you don't do good in year 10, 11, 12, your future is fucked, blah, 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 except then they forced us to spend between 3 to 5 hours a week doing religion classes, which they then also told us were not counted towards our guitars. So they're wasting 3 to 5 hours of our week every week in the most important years of our life on classes that didn't then count towards these like important parts.
Yeah.
And it was not about.
And then they wondered why I just like full checked out. But then the requirements, you have to pass religion in order to pass the year. And then they wondered why I fought them on that, because I refused to do religion.
It was fucking stupid.
Well, yeah.
I'm so glad that at least my high school wasn't religious, but it was fucking shit, and they did nothing about the serious bullying issue that was going on in the school. I had the principal actually tell me just to avoid this dude because he's bad news, like he's trouble.
God, I
Just
had
avoid
people
it.
in the upper year like bullying me. That was great. Fun
I had
time.
this kid literally threatened to rape me.
TOS.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
it
It wasn't fun, but that's it.
Yeah,
Memories.
it was just a lot of really bad stuff going on, and the teachers just kind of like swept it under the rug.
Yeah, no. But high school just for me just wasn't a fun time. Like, especially in the latter years. And it doesn't help that I was struggling with everything else in my life, but hey, you know, school may as well also be a part of it.
I had a lot of really bad stuff going on around that time. Like, home life wasn't fantastic either, and school just did nothing to help with that. So I have a lot of bad memories of high school.
My favorite question around that time was, yo, who am I?
You know, Mira, it's good to know that that your shitty class that is bullshit and the person's doing fucking nothing doesn't actually matter for your the course your program you're working through. That's good. It would suck if it was the other way around. Actually, it's my favorite thing with uni, with the dumbest class I've ever done. I always tell AJ this one because it's amazing how bad
So
it was.
annoying.
I had a course I had to do which was like professional communication and workplace like etiquette, and it had a lot of issues, that class. But the dumbest thing ever was that there was a assignment I had to do. It was you must do this assignment. It has to be finished. If you do not do it, you cannot pass the unit.
It makes me so mad.
The assignment was worth 30% of my yearly grade. And I am not kidding you, when the entirety of the assignment was me making a Twitter account and following my professor.
Yeah, let's go!
That was That was 100% of the work.
Should I follow him on
30% of my course was writing a fucking essay or two. Motherfucker had to make a Twitter goddamn account. I got 30% of a grade.
AJ, 40% of that course was the exam. 30% was that assignment. 20% was attendance. So already, just from that assignment and attendance, I'm at 50%.
My issue with that is because
The
in
pass rate was 40%.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
40 pass as well.
Deacon's pass rate was 40%. Because with uni you get your different things. You get 40% is your pass, 50% is credit, like 60 is dissertation, and then high dissertation, etc. This motherfucker got a pass. He needed to do like 3 questions in the exam and fucking that, and he was done with the course.
And I wish it also said make a tweet.
AJ, you know, you're super worse. I didn't even need to do 3 questions in the exam. To technically pass my class, I needed to show up to only half of the classes. I had to show up to only half of the tutes and lectures for the whole semester. And the entirety of the work I do in the exam was sit down and write my name. And I would have still passed the unit.
That's hilarious.
If I answered none of the questions, but just wrote my name on the exam and then did that assignment and showed up half my lessons, I would have passed. But because I actually was trying to get decent grades, I actually did the other assignments, which were equally. Well, they were not equally as stupid because you can't get equally as stupid as that.
Make a tweet.
I was thinking about it, and like everyone here is just saying like, yeah, high school was pretty bad, etc. And I'm sitting here, no, I get that. I'm just sitting here reminding of that, like in that episode of Megalovania, it's like, we get it, you all have daddy issues. Like, not me, I love my dad. This is like, high school's pretty good for me.
I mean, I say there's been a lot of bad. There's been a lot of good in high school too. Like,
No, I get that.
hi Rebecca.
Nah, get out.
No.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't do much in high school.
We did a lot. We played D&D.
The only
That was like at the end, like as I was like, it was like in the last.
Year 8 and 9 are a blur, my dude.
So what I'm hearing is Kay was like, yeah, a few great things happened in high school. Hey, Rebecca, and Rebecca was like, bitch, I didn't associate with you in high school. I was too cool for that.
the only
It was like.
Too busy talking to Jason.
there was dumb stuff.
No,
With,
I also didn't really hate.
No, me. I was.
Oh, you were.
there was dumb stuff in high school, but there was mainly like the other years. Like just like the year above it. There was like we had a rec room for the year 11s, 12s, and then it became 10s, 11s, 12 at some point. But
Nice.
there was a fish tank in that room, and no, there was a fish tank in the science thing. So some guy decided to take a fish and then decided to cook it on the cheese, the grilled cheese, the sandwich
Oh my
press,
God.
the group cohort cheese press that everyone in year 11, 12 had to use. And like straight
Okay.
up made a sandwich and ate it, and that was something that happened at my high school. And it's like, huh.
One year in our high school, our teacher thought it'd be a really cool idea to take half an hour out of our day to see how good we could get at juggling tennis balls.
That's
Yeah.
Also, we were taught to light campfires on the fucking school field. On the school that had recently been rebuilt from being burnt down by arson.
Nice.
And the teachers were like, because I was like, do you think this is a really, like, good idea? And they're just like, what do you mean?
It was like a dry summer day or whatever.
Yeah, we came back later, like, Mum and I used to go for walks because we live really close to the high school. We came back, and they were, like, smouldering underground because it was the middle of fucking summer. And, it was basically burning the roots underneath the, like, where we lightly muffled out the fucking campfires. So, you know, that was smart. And so I'm like, we have to go find someone to try and tell them that the school might be on fire again.
There's two really like bad memories of uni, and one's not really that bad. It was just annoying in the retrospect. Was we had like a student, like we had a ceremony, like we had an assembly, where all it was Kim Wells, our local government representative, a Liberal, came to school and said, hey, you should vote Liberal, we'll fund the school. And because the school wanted to get funded, was like, you should vote Liberal. And I'm sitting there like, we can't vote. I don't know how this had to be a whole school thing, but
Make your parents vote Liberal.
not happening.
Nah.
And then
That's some serious indoctrination.
Right.
Jesus.
It's the right type of school for it.
Get them while they're young.
and the other one was it was like 2 weeks before our exam for anything, because in Australia you do a third of trimester 4 pretty much, and then you get the rest of trimester 4 off to go
Yes.
and study for exams and shit, get your VCEs ready and etc. And the teacher at this time thought it would be a great idea to, instead of teach us like the stuff we needed to know, to watch Monsters University.
As I do.
That
And-
was like my entire fucking grade 7 existence was just watching shows, because our class was so fucking bad that they were just like, let's just put them in front of a television.
But like
Yeah, well,
the exam takers are sitting there just being like, we have an exam in 3 weeks. Can you teach us what we don't know, please? Like, but you should relax. Like, you should calm down. This is going to help. He's like,
Yeah,
we
relax.
can do that at home. We can play League of Legends at home. Right now, we need to know how
That's not
fucking.
relaxing.
Okay, so you said relaxing and play the league. I'm seeing an oxymoron here.
I was playing support. That's all
I mean, that's fair.
I didn't do anything.
No, as a support man, I can agree. It's actually quite relaxing to play support.
It's just like, yeah, but like this is important though. But it was
reading mirrors thing. She had to do from the assignment she had to do. I had a similar one in my high school, except it was specifically about extremism. And this took place in a very, very important year of my high school career, which was year 11. Which I say very important year because that was the year that I pretty much gave up any pretense of giving a shit about my school. And so I picked an extremist group that the school did not appreciate, and I wrote a very, very long essay about them. You can guess which extremist groups a Catholic school would not be a big fan of.
States?
Oh.
It had to be active extremist groups at
Oh,
current time.
I would love to do that.
Oh, no, well, definitely.
I would love to do that, but do Peter. Like, it's like it's an extremist group. It's like, no, but they're not good though. They're pretty shit.
None of that. Yeah, the extremists weren't good. My school fucked me out of an entire year worth of classes because they insisted they had this idea where you could basically elective into doing an advanced religion course in year 10, and if you did it, you then didn't have to do religion in year 11, and then there was no religion in year 12. Though they decided to not tell us that they stopped offering the no religion in year 11 until I'd already finished the entire advanced religion course. And so they were then like, oh, but you've got to do the religion to pass. And I'm like, but I did this course under the pretense I wouldn't have to do religion so I could focus on my ATAR. They then forced me into a class, and it turned out the entire class was just the year 11 religion class I'd already done. So they wanted me to do the same class 2 years in a row, purely because they got rid of the option of me being able to pick an extra elective instead.
That's why you get your notes from the previous year and just hand it to the teacher. Like, here's my entire year's worth.
I handed the exact same assignments in, because they were the same. I didn't bother doing a lot of stuff. I barely showed up to class. They attempted to get me on plagiarism of my own work, because it pinged their system as an assignment that was submitted the previous year was identical to one that I assigned, even though they were both signed by me. It was complete and utter bullshit. And then they wondered why.
I plagiarized myself.
So you can guess why that year turned out to be very, very counterproductive towards the schooling system.
I really-
my relationship with it.
I really like it was like the system flagged that you copied someone's like, it should have. Who'd you copy? Myself? The work is done. Complete.
I did the work. I am not doing it again.
In fact, I've done
Yeah.
it. I've done it twice now.
And just to reiterate, this is a school where the religion courses did not count towards my ATAR. So like,
Yeah.
the ATAR is what you need to get into uni, and they were insisting I have to do a class that I'd already done that didn't count instead of a class that would.
I would like for a Catholic school to allow you to opt out of religion. Like, people who go to Catholic school aren't like there for the religion. People who go to Catholic school are like, this is a prime school. This is a So it's a
Yeah.
big school. A lot of money's been put into it.
But AJ, they have to hit diversity rates. They got to teach about other religions aside from Catholicism.
Did
which
they
teach-
actually teach?
They have a single week in the entire school year where you spend one day learning about Judaism, one day learning about Islam, and then like one day learning about all of the like Asian religions in one, Shinto, Buddhism,
my
all that,
God.
in a single day. And because you only have 3 classes in a week.
I was gonna praise them for a little bit, and then they did exactly what I thought they were gonna do, which was
Yeah, but where's the religion of gayism?
if they actually like taught Muslim, Islam and Judaism like seriously for longer than like what was necessary, I would have actually praised that school. Just been like, thank you.
It's okay, AJ.
Good.
I wouldn't be bringing it up if they did a good job.
No, thank you. You are correct.
I actually remember, like, speaking of, like, learning about, like, terrorist groups and stuff like that, when I was in grade 8, it was pretty much the height of the Iraqi war, and I remember our teacher at the time used to do this thing where we basically get, like, a topic, like a controversial topic, and, like, try to, like,
Yay,
sort of
10%.
like find points about it and stuff like that, and like sort of discuss it like critically. And we were talking about like the whole like Iraq war, and at the time everyone thought that America was great, and you know they were going in and saving the world and all this sort of stuff, and they sort of just demonized like what was going on basically. And I remember I'd watched something where someone had said like, have we ever like sort of asked them why they hate us so much? And so I like queried that thing, like, have we ever like really sort of, maybe we should actually talk to them and like figure out why the hell they hate us so much, and like we might learn something. And everyone fucking laughed me off. Like the whole class was just like, that's so stupid. It's like, dude.
Well, now it's
And then like later on it comes out that it's, you know, it wasn't so black and white.
I mean, it is. It's just they wanted oil.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that is the black and white of it.
They were just like, oh yeah, let's just go and fuck this country up and then blame it on them. And there was a lot of stuff that went on and I don't completely understand it, but it was just like, you can't just say like an entire country is evil. And that was what the school was doing at the time. And even the teacher was like kind of being sort of like, oh, you know, that's not really right, but okay, to me. And it was just like, well, you're literally teaching us to hate people from this country, where like we should be trying to understand.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, it just frustrated me. It was just such a bad time in history.
Education and history.
And then we got this girl that came into our class. She was a refugee, and she was from the Middle East. I don't think she was from Iraq exactly. She was from the Middle East, and she was lovely. And she barely spoke any English at all. She'd come over here because, you know, there was nowhere else to go really. And they just treated her like shit. The whole school just bullied her and called her a terrorist and everything, and it was just horrible. This poor person, like, she got
Less
sick
the world we live in.
She got sick because, like, it was so cold in Tasmania compared to where she came from that, like, she just, like, she got, like, a really bad, like, flu or something like that. And it's just, like, it really sucks. It sucks so much.
Yeah.
I have really bad memories of that time. I think, like, I think the world's gotten to be a slightly more accepting and understanding place, but at the same time, it was so long ago.
Very so.
It's getting there very, very slowly. I try to be like positive about it.
But yeah, to like go for Mira's like comment as well. Yikes.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, oh, fucking oof.
I mean, I'm
Like a disease.
dude, I'm a disease.
Well, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Oh, okay.
For different reasons.
Just because I know you, not because you have a mental illness.
Just
But
because
it doesn't help, right?
because you're you.
Yeah, but that, you know, I am the mental illness. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, potato,
That's
tomato.
how labels
Potato, tomato.
I was.
Yeah, no.
It's such a weird thing to sort of say though, like a disease.
Yeah, that's horrible.
But it's like disease is like
It's a very
there's
specific
like
term.
ailments and viruses and stuff like that. Disease is kind of, you know,
It's like you can catch it.
from the outside. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, no.
It's the kind of statement I read, and then I am expecting to read a follow-up statement that's something like, yeah, they also believe that Boeing fucking bloody Airbuses, the increase in Airbuses and the increase in autism rates are somehow coincided. Which is something I've actually read people saying, that the
Yes.
more aeroplanes in the air are somehow causing increased amounts of autism.
Who would have thought that the technology to fly more people in the
Can I have a
sky
cake?
and the technology to detect
I need it
mental
for jazz.
illness
I think I have
grew?
one. Let me just have a look.
I love
I'm
that
just gonna
video.
just give Mayor Lewis like a wine and he'll be happy.
I have one pink cake. I don't know what else Jazz likes though.
Neither.
Hang on, I can look up what Meadows loves. I know he likes blueberries.
Do we
You can
have
take that one.
Are you sure?
I'll find something else together.
I'll look it up.
Okay, his loves: Autumn's Bounty, glazed yams, green tea, hot pepper, vegetable medley.
Can you look up Jazz's?
That's what you just wrote is wild for like I wouldn't like when I hear Canada I don't hear that shit. I hear when I look at that shit I'm like that's Frankston. Like I expect that shit in Frankston. I don't expect that shit in Canada.
I think it's
Wait, he's in
because,
grade
like,
10, that's lucky.
Darian.
What, he made it to grade 10, that's pretty good, right?
Made it to grade 7 before we-
Darian.
No.
Yes, like luckily it's a knife in both countries. If it was worse than a knife, then what the
that's what I
fuck?
was gonna say.
Yeah, exactly.
We put Canada up against America and we're just like, hey, this is a really nice place because it's not America.
What were the likes again?
Fairy rose and plum pudding. You're good.
We should have some fairy roses.
Yes, we do. We have an entire chest full of them.
Where are they?
Name the flower
There should be
chest.
the pink one, or near the pink one.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
say-
there's 2 fairy roses in here.
For context for you, Mira, that place AJ mentioned, I grew up there. When it's like, oh, that shit happens in Frankston. I was mugged multiple times at knife point before I'd hit grade 8.
I'm so
So-
fucked.
Yeah.
I grew up in a place where people didn't lock their doors at night because, you know, nothing happens.
Yeah, I grew up in a place where everyone locked their doors.
And they
It's
had
not just the
bars
doors, the
in them.
windows.
When I moved
Yeah,
to
The wealthy people had anti-theft shutters.
when I moved
No wealthy
to
people in
Melbourne,
Frankston.
The little corner next to Frankston.
They just think this.
when I moved to Melbourne, I was weirded out that the place I lived in Parkville had bars on the windows. That was just like a
No.
thing because of the high theft in the area, and it was just built like that. And I'm like, that's so strange.
I'm lucky where the least we do is we just lock the doors,
Yeah.
thankfully.
So, because I'm gonna turn this back to a lighthearted podcast.
Should we? Do you want to keep going?
I mean, I'm fine with
going.
it. I'm just gonna talk about. I'm just gonna talk about a joke that me and Darian had the other day. Because I was dealing with the wine. Darian talked about years, but when he brought it up, it brought back the joke. Where we were talking about, like, just in the case if the party ever went to, like, a restaurant in Gislade and asked for, like, they're on a date and asked for, like, the most expensive bottle of wine. And we just give them, like, yes, this is a 904 wine from the Concordant. Why do you, like, this doesn't seem very expensive. Like, yes, because 20 other people decided to do the exact same thing before you guys entered. This is all we had left.
Oh,
How much is it? It's like 8 gold. It's all we got.
what about your, like, your most
They got
expensive
raped from the
spirits?
Concordant? No.
No.
What about your most expensive spirits, though?
Spirits, yeah. You don't go to a fancy restaurant in the fucking capital of Gislande and it's like, I want your most expensive bottle of vodka.
No, whiskey, please.
Yeah, you could ask for whiskey on the rocks. That's kind of posh.
That's
Yeah,
posh,
posh.
but I don't think whiskey is a spirit.
Okay.
It is, but I don't think of it as.
What do you
I
think
want-
of brandy then?
I want your most expensive bottle of Jägermeister.
Apparently, I've heard from someone I know who took a bartending course that apparently Australians treat Jägermeister differently to most of the world.
We really do.
We according to him, we do it wrong.
Is it good?
Jägermeister a liqueur?
Yeah, but we do it like
Yeah.
we slam it like shots.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
put.
we do.
Don't we have like a? Do those? What are some of the shots called?
Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger
Do,
bombs.
Half a cup
Jaeger
of Red
bomb.
Bull and a shot of Jägermeister.
Is that an Australian only?
Well, I think the odd.
Don't think so. I know it's an American thing.
I think the other version, fucking most expensive Budweiser. That's crazy. The other version of the Jaeger bomb, which I'm not sure I can say because of TOS, which is half a glass of Jägermeister and a shot of Red Bull. I think that's an Australian.
I would like your finest quality natty ice.
Most expensive. Budweiser actually is pretty expensive over here.
It's because it's not in America.
That's the problem. So it is the most expensive.
I would like your most expensive foreign.
I would like your most expensive
not as expensive as,
Victorian
like-
bitters.
Honestly, Budweiser's more expensive than VB.
I like your most expensive bottle of Foster's.
This
No, no.
the Sparks will definitely refer to VB as Victorian bitters, just to sound
No!
posh. And the Smokes will be like, "It's fucking VB, you shit."
Oh, is it changed already?
Yeah, it's Monday. Changes every week.
100 and Skull, we can just skip that. We have so much stone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got enough stone
Alright.
to do that.
have fun.
Probably. If not, we can do most of it.
Oh, okay, let's hope so, because I've already clicked it.
Bringus
Listen,
Farms.
we're not catching legendary fish. That's the
Yeah, we-
thing.
Yeah.
Please get me your most expensive
Catch the
shot of
legendary in
Foster.
3 days.
Yeah, no.
What year is this Victorian bitters?
Expensive fruit tingle.
904.
Like your strongest hard premium, please.
I would like your most expensive pack of pre-made shots.
I would like your most expensive bucket shots.
I
have
want-
drunk too many of those pre-made shots.
Jelly
in my
shot.
time.
I would like your finest goon bag.
Your finest goon.
All I'm thinking is, like, I could imagine someone going, because I like rum a lot, but I mix
Rum's
rum with
good.
Coke, and they
Mhm.
always say
Yeah.
like, oh, real expensive alcohol, you drink it straight. I'm like, walking to a bar and being like, yes, give me your most expensive bottle of rum and also a glass of Coca-Cola, and then cutting it in front of them.
I love how other countries exist and they call it boxed wine, and it's like, yeah, they understand what
Oh.
boxed wine is, but Australia took that and was like, goon.
Go
Yo.
bang.
I want a bit of
There
goon.
there is no better pillow in your life than a
goon.
fucking half-empty bag of goon when you were just completely maggoted.
I've never had that, but I want to have that. Oh my god, no, not really, Alexia.
I love.
Dyslexia makes you sexier.
I remember that video. Fruity Lexia makes you sexy.
That is like something.
Who are
that I
these
grew up
people?
just knowing.
Shorties, you lad. I know that's something else, but I just I'm reminded of that from
Yeah.
Shorties. I asked my friend if he read Nietzsche. Oi, fucking dog cunt. And indeed he has.
I think
That
I love the Australian language.
that was a fucking shit show that happened this week. Fuck me.
Yeah,
Just
boy oh boy.
friendly Geordie's got fireball.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Change the topic.
hmm
Who the fuck put a chest in front of my black chest so now I can't get to it?
Oh, that's fine. Oh, yeah, you can't reach it.
No, I can't.
Sorry, I didn't think of that.
They're just like, mother. this-
Anyway, terrorism.
Yeah, it was just like,
Alright, back as you were.
it was an interesting week for Victoria. It was like an interesting week for me because it was the Victorian election. And I'm just like, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
gonna
good.
either end horribly or exactly how I think it is gonna end. It went exactly how I think it was gonna end, and it turns out that the vocal minority was just really vocal.
I just like the fact that honestly, my whole thing is I'm surprised that he even put his hat in the ring
Again?
to keep after everything that dude has gone through as like the fucking premier of Victoria. I am surprised that he is even considered continuing
He's the hero
his career.
that we need, but not the
Dude, like,
one
mad
that we
respect.
deserve.
Yeah.
He saw he saw everything that happened. He took the high road out and then decided, I'll still do this, and I will win. The thing is, politics is like, it's very different between Australia and America, and you can tell that because of how like intense America gets, and Australia gets intense as well. But when
Well, we joke.
But when one of the arguments, like every year when an election comes up, regardless of fucking level of election, it tantalizes me so that the liberal way to win is like, don't vote Labour, they're bad, and then the Labour way to go
Raise
is
taxes.
yeah, they'll do like they go on just like campaigns about these guys are bad, and then Labour's just like, by the way,
We'll do this.
here's what we'll do. And
Here's our plan.
Here's
The
a-
Liberals, don't vote them. They're gonna do this.
it's like, why aren't you gonna shit in the back? It's like, we don't need to. And you know what? They prove themselves right every fucking time.
They have a plan and they fucking do it.
I'll say, Mira, a perfect follow-up to that one. The health, just because a country has universal healthcare doesn't mean they do it well. Like the situation in Tasmania and New South Wales, how it's getting just worse and worse, where they privatize, even though it's public healthcare to
I'll be right back.
everyone,
Got
they
your
have
order.
an exceedingly large number of private hospitals.
I've seen what the healthcare is like over here. I've been witness to it, and it is overworked and just well fucked.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, unless there was a government who had term long enough to actually make serious changes to the things that go on, there's not going to be a change.
Yeah, we
But
need
hey.
someone to actually be, consistent, and that's really hard apparently in this country.
Yeah, we get 4 years of decent and 12 years of garbage.
Which,
People forget that
it's
Tasmania exists. That's the
also.
problem, because like I think the healthcare system's pretty fucked in a lot of other states, but it is so fucked over here.
I don't know how it is over here.
We have a hospital. The hospital closest to where we live is like bare minimum. You can't get most stuff done there. They don't even have. I think they have like an emergency place if you're like going into labour and you don't have enough time to go to Burnie. Otherwise, you have to drive like 45 minutes all the way out to fucking Burnie, and they basically putting the public health people into the private hospital because there's nowhere else for them to go except the LGH, which is in Launceston, which is like an hour and a half away.
I see.
And I've seen what the LGH is like because that's where I've had to go for all of my kidney stone issues, and it is so poorly run. And then on top of that as well, my uncle's been going through a lot of like really shit stuff because of cancer, and he's been screwed around by the hospital system as well because he's got a really rare cancer. So they're all just like, doctors just come in and like want to just poke and prod at him. Like doctors that aren't even oncologists and stuff are all coming in to like see, like basically look at him like he's an animal in a zoo, and they don't do anything. And then he gets transferred to one thing and they don't read the papers properly, so they're just like, oh, he's in a freaking quarantine zone because of this, even though he doesn't even have the thing that they thought that he had. It's just like, it's so bad.
Doesn't sound fun. Wouldn't it?
No.
It's just crap. When I was in hospital, when I had the kidney stone like blocked basically, and they rushed me out to the LGH, there was a dude that was in
back.
there with me that
I'm
had
back.
like, basically he'd gotten his hand crushed in a machine, and he was supposed to go into surgery to get that fixed and have some fingers removed and whatnot, try to see what they could save. They postponed his surgery until 11:30 the next day. So he sat in that bed with his hand wrapped up, all crushed, and they gave him some endo and just were like, yeah, it'll be okay, we'll get you in tomorrow, I promise.
Just sit there and wait, champ.
We'll get to you.
They just kept postponing people's surgeries. It's just like, sure, they postponed mine, but then they just like jacked me up with morphine, and we're just like, yeah, it's alright, you'll be fine. but like he had a freaking massive like crush injury in his hand, and it's just like to have to sit there for like all night with that would have just been horrible. I couldn't have thought of anything worse.
Alright, we need more stone. Because I went through and used all of our stone, and we have 39 stairs.
I'm digging as hard as I can, Dad.
Don't
I'm
worry,
just gonna
Dad,
go
I'm
to the Skull
trying.
Cavern.
I'm gonna go to the regular cabin.
Don't we have to go to the Skull Cavern?
We'll get 100. You know, fuck. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we
go.
can try.
Let's just go for it. Let's try.
Yeah, fuck it, yellow.
I'll make more while I'm there.
Narration is depressed because even if he wanted, he can't carve a hole in that tavern keeper's roof to squat inside it once more. I don't know why you would. You have like housing in Tempest Bay. What nostalgia is there?
Beep beep.
There was a dude who, to comment to Mira's comment, someone had 4-hour wait with pneumonia. There was a guy a couple months ago in Tassie who was waiting in the ER for so long that he went to the bathroom for something, died of heart issues there, and they didn't find him for like 4 hours.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like, they basically, he went into the emergency, waited for so long, went to the bathroom, died in the bathroom, and then no one found his body for like 4 hours because they called his name, even though he'd gone in for like heart issues. They called his name for the emergency. He never responded because at that time he was in the bathroom dead, and they were like, oh well, and just moved on to the next person.
You gotta yeet the tiefling by Angie Tree.
What are you doing?
I'm assuming you're talking about this soon. We what I was gonna bring up was like we should do the conversation that we do every week, talk about some D&D stuff.
What just happened?
Not much has happened. Adam has yet again proven why I love playing games with Adam. He's fucking somehow the world bends to his fucking luck. Cause
I do miss playing without it.
it's been 3 weeks. So you've not understood that in 2 sessions ago, which was the same week as we first cancelled this week, they finished a quest. They're playing a campaign called Journey to Ragnarok with Tez and Darian and a couple of my RL friends. And it's basically a Norse-inspired setting. It's very good. They talk about the Valkyries and the Norse gods. It's great. And Darian and Adam are playing a backstory pair. They know each other, etc.
I
And
forgot about that.
And basically, Darian is Adam's hype man. He just does things to hype up Darian to the detriment of his own character, and it's fantastic. I love him. Darian's a great role player. But 2 weeks ago, the session revolved Adam looking for MILFs and using a MILF roll check, which he scored 3 natural 20s on that session.
God bless him.
Listen, the man knows what he wants.
The man looked for MILFs and he found it. And he came to the thing of like, do I find a MILF? And I'm like, I guess there's a mother at this bar that's working.
I would say I don't think that the Pam's coming to the bus today.
No,
I just took the thing.
I'm just gonna teleport, yeah.
I wouldn't go here though, it's fucked.
I just want a coconut.
There was indeed MILFs and liquor. And then they decided to go fight a hag, and because Adam is Adam, kept referring to the hag as a MILF. So,
Hey, you found the mill!
They had a child.
they did. They had a child until you murdered it.
It was a troll.
It was a troll. They adopted.
Yes, you should. Yeah, adopting's cool.
Yeah, adopt, don't shop.
Yeah.
But this Ragnarok group is fairly chaotic, and it's.
I wanna like. It's the only problem I had. Like, it's starting to get to the point where I just feel like my character's not fitting with anyone else. Because, like, I'm trying to play it sort of, I guess not seriously, but like I'm trying to sort of go with the world a little bit, and now it's just sort of become like a bit of a shit show of like MILF jokes. And last session I was just, I don't know, it just sort of frustrated me a little bit.
No, that's fair.
Also, I actually want to talk to Adam about that session as well, purely because in the end, when we got that cool Conqueror's Axe thing, I was looking through its stuff, and technically Technically,
It's
it's worse for
completely
him to use it.
useless for him to use because it's not a great weapon.
Yeah, he can't use Great Weapon Master's fucking stuff with it, or Great Weapon, like, fighting with it. And it's like, he should really just stick to his big sword, or big axe, and probably give that to, like, someone else.
Like me.
Actually, I was thinking, if it's technically it's an axe that you will in your hand, could you consider it a hand axe, and thus it be a monk weapon, and we can give it to Liam? Because if there's anyone who would make the most sense, give it to the monk.
Yeah, Tasha's basically just says make any weapon
There
you
you go,
want to be
Rebecca.
a monk weapon. With the Tasha's monk weapon was. But the campaign is sort of this weird fucking thing, and it's like everyone's playing into it a little bit. But everyone but Lockie, really. Lockie's sort of like the only sane man sort of deal. That's because
You do need.
Nice.
yeah, but Lockie is just like he's trying to get through the day. The dice aren't in his favor, but they're also not out of his favor. He
He's a
can't.
straight man in the group.
He can't hit something, but they also can't hit him, so he's just sitting there doing nothing in combat.
Yeah, I feel really bad for him actually. I think it would be really bad.
It's real unfortunate when you get in a situation like that where you just can't do anything because the
Yeah.
dice disagree with you.
But I say no. And
Yeah,
you
they did. They
have
have
nothing.
in
we
multiple
can do.
encounters. They've said no to him, and it's just like, up his turn, and he misses, and he misses, and he misses, and that was his turn. Okay.
I
I've been
forgot
pretty
that Bringus
lucky,
has a box.
but I haven't had a chance where it's been worth me using my my rogue abilities that I have.
Mm.
So it's like sneak attack. I could sneak attack and do the like vicious wounds, or I could just do extra damage. Pretty sure I'm just gonna do extra damage.
Actually,
Vicious
think about
wounds,
that.
I think, is a really useful thing for like bigger, like it's gonna be a great thing against like large boss type creatures,
Yeah.
Mm.
things with lots of health, and you want to like restrict them as best as you can.
Then I think
I
about
love-
it. Have we actually talked about Isekai at all, like on stream?
No,
Not really.
I don't think we have.
I had
Stardew
so
has
much
it.
fun
Okay.
with
It was
Isekai.
great.
It was-
it was so much fun.
It's the perfect group dynamic. We're all like playing the same sort of like we're all like heavy role player characters.
And we've all kind of got a fit that works for each other, even though we're all different in some way.
Yeah, even like when even my character being a bit of a dick to your character Kay,
I
where
love
it's
it.
like calling you fucking min max.
I've been really enjoying it. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Oh no, we didn't. I haven't talked about. I talked about Avernus with Darius, but it's because I do have to bring up what the fuck's happening in Avernus right now, because it's not fun.
How many
but-
pairs?
I'll let this conversation about Isekai finish up first though. But I'm happy that you all enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. You guys sort of like Darian and fucking Kay sort of just figured out it's not actually a game. You're not in the actual game almost immediately, which was it wasn't a surprise, but it wasn't like I was hiding it. But I knew that
Yeah,
I knew.
I mean,
Some of you were like when you're making your characters were thinking it was a game. Like, okay, I wonder what's going to happen when they realize this is the reveal. But then they were all like, "But it's this."
My character's using it as just like a coping mechanism at the moment, where it's just like I'm not killing people; they're just gonna respawn.
And I'm just like,
It's a
yes,
game.
yes, they'll respawn. Don't look in that direction.
I'm lucky that like
Sure.
the one thing I really wanted to do in the first combat was what we're happy that I did do, which was, by the way, that hurt.
Yes. I was hoping that would be me in some scenario because I was a bit closer, but I was like, oh no, they just murdered the dog and then Rebecca.
I didn't honestly. I am surprised I did not go down almost immediately.
I'm shocked too, dude.
I think I have a +2 to con or a +1 to con. So like I have a little bit of health for a wizard,
Yeah. That's
but I have 0 dex.
Yeah, no,
So
the
I
fact
had
that
no
they missed you
armor.
3 times but hit Rebecca 4 times, like what? It
No, they only shot at me once.
was twice. At
He
least.
was far enough away.
Yeah, after the first shot, I hung the fuck back because I looked at my AC, realized I didn't bring mage armor or shield, and was like,
You
"Fuck,
idiot.
What have I done?"
I think
What
I
have
was
you
just
done?
like I was going in front of you a lot, so that they'd like try and shoot at me. But then
Yeah.
when Rebecca's character went down, she was just like, "Oh god."
like, oh fuck, oh fuck.
I do love the what if I healed the sparkles, spare the dying on the sparkles.
Dying of the sparkles. I'm like, I know it's not going to work, But she doesn't know that. She's
Yeah,
gonna
she
try.
doesn't know, so she's gonna try.
Of course.
Like, I could make this work, I could make this work. No!
The dog is dead.
The dog is dead.
Everyone's dead.
Oh, I do need to talk to you
Oh, yeah.
about that if you wanted to, because I've started reading Bungo, so I know what the reference is now. And if you want to change that to a tiger, we can have a look at changing that to a tiger because it works thematically because of your god.
Okay, I mean, I don't mind.
No,
We
it's
were
it's
talking
it's, it's
about
up to
it in
you.
Pokemon stream.
Maybe
Because we have.
a wolf, but still named that, or an actual tiger.
No, I just realized it's like, but you are following the god of that is a tiger, so it would make sense that it would be a tiger if you wanted it to be. But that could be another
How-
thing.
How far are you into reading Bungo?
Let me get my phone.
Do I have to catch up now?
Probably. I read quick.
Yes,
I,
you
need,
do.
I need to revise.
Alright, Rebecca, we're making it a thing to watch through.
I just finished chapter 29.
Okay, okay.
What does that equate to in seasons?
I don't know. They Atsushi just escaped the airplane.
I'm not there.
Is that?
I will say, I also am big into like just
season one?
I'm big into like power reading as well when it comes to manga. Just
Okay.
like I decided to read Fire Punch. I'm like, oh, you know what? I like Chainsaw Man. I'm gonna read Fire Punch before the anime comes out.
Dying.
And I read the entire manga in 3 days,
Jesus.
and it was pretty good.
The thing is, like, he's one of the authors that I'm like, that I probably like if like he hits his beats perfectly enough that I don't have to take a break. But if it was any like fucking worse, I would like, cause he just hits fucking. He hits beats
There's
really good
moments.
that you're like, I need to stop and
Have you
just.
read Fire Punch?
No, I've read CSM, and I've read a couple of his other one shots that are also very, very heavy.
I gotta say, Fire Punch is a lot heavier than CSM.
Mm.
There's moments where I just sat back and I was like, this is a lot. Like, this is a lot to process in like one page.
But Avernus, I did explain what I'm talking about. So the party finally made it to like Avernus proper. They were there they were on El Torel, which is in Avernus. Spoilers. It's not really a spoiler. It's part of like the first couple chapters. But they've left Avernus and actually gone into Avernus. Did I read Metamorphosis? No. I read it turns out Metamorphosis was a film all along. But they got to Avernus and then they wanted to go to our direction. They used I'm using like travel rules in Avernus, which are funny. You roll 2d whatever, either 4, 6, or 8, depending on who's leading the party and where you're going. And if the dice match, you don't end up where you want to go. So they immediately rolled 2d4 and immediately got teleported to somewhere where they weren't going to go. At which point they're like, "Hey, look, we got a level 1 fighter." At which point they were like, let's go to, hey, look, level 10 mining.
Nice.
They were like, let's go to this place. And they decided to go. And Dimitri, who is playing a Asima Paladin Barbarian of Tiamat, was like, let's go hang out with Tiamat. That would be a great idea.
It's a great idea.
And...
I see nothing wrong with this plan.
And so what he did, right, was the moment they touched down in Avernus, he decided to go fuck off and hang out with Archon and Tiamat, and the rest of the party decided to do the story. So now Dimitri is by himself in Avernus. He split the party, and the splitting of the party, if you go...
hell.
They're splitting a party and going into a dungeon. This is like... This is splitting the party in terms of fucking... Akva in Echoes. He was
is,
halfway across the fucking world. I'm sitting there like, how do I do it? I have to deal with this now. I have to deal with this motherfucker's like, I'm gonna go hang out with Tiamat and release her from her prison.
You tell that motherfucker to not come to session and to do your solo session some other time.
Yeah, he's just like, I have to go get my friend out of things. Like, your friend is contracted by not Zariel, but Asmodeus. You're not breaking that.
One second. Quick question. My secret friend changed.
Yes, it does that sometimes.
Now my secret friend is Alex.
What?
Yeah, it's your
Nice,
newest
dude.
one. Remember, it's your newest one.
Yeah, I will Google Alex.
I still have Jazz, so I'm fine.
Asima
Yeah, I've got
Paladin.
Jazz as well.
He's an
ASMR
Asima ASMR Paladin. Asima's. I like to run Asima's like how one of the DMs for the Unexpectables does it, which is the Asimar isn't a set race. The Asimar is a bloodline thing. So you can be any race and an Asimar,
Tiefling ass.
except a tiefling because the
But-
tieflings work the same way,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
deal.
Yeah, like Tiefling Asmar can't be a thing.
I know.
Like Infernal Celestial.
It's like we do with Selena, because Selena is technically a half-elf, but she's also an Asimar. But Asimar overrides half-elf.
Yeah.
So it's like thematically you're this, and like sometimes I'd play it nice and be like, you can get some abilities from both sides. Usually I don't, unless it's like you take a big loss in Asimar for a pretty okay thing and in whatever else. But typically I don't bother. But he's playing a Dragonborn Asimar of Tiamat, which is not a good thing. Like Jeremy had to was like, can I roll a religion on Tiamat? Because Jeremy's playing a blood hunter, who follows Lathander, which also sort of
Oh.
weird. Not blood hunter,
Weird.
blood mage, who worships Lathander.
Nature blood.
That's an interesting combination.
Yeah,
Ah. I even would allow it.
it isn't. Well, blood mage isn't inherently like you have to be part of
Yeah.
a demonic thing. It's just like you just use your blood to manipulate magic.
Yeah.
My blood.
Yes, mine's the same still, which is good. Is that tonight or tomorrow? Tomorrow, right? 24th?
Mar.
So he rolled like an 8. I'm like, Tiamat's a bad thing. Like, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows Tiamat's bad. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not a hidden thing.
Yeah, I'm
What
pretty sure if
points
you
are
ask,
now?
like,
Oh.
Tiamat's the kind of, like, generic evil that it's like parents telling their kid they better go to bed in time before Tiamat comes out and eats them. Well, it's like, you gotta listen to your parents or Tiamat will come and blah blah blah. Like, it's
Scary.
that kind of evil. Like, it's like the kind of evil where it becomes cartoony.
Yeah, and Dimitri was like, I want to go free her from her prison. And I'm just like, listen, I'm all for you trying, but there's no logistical way you can do this, because she's not bound because she's like captured. She's bound by Asmodeus to serve as a watch guard. Like,
She's
Good
bound by
luck.
contract.
she's bound by contract. Like, yes, it's slavery, but she's also bound by Asmodeus.
Can't really say no to him.
There's breaking a contract with the devil. That's like feasible. There's breaking a contract with an archdevil. Still feasible, very
Somewhat.
difficult. There's Asmodeus, which is like probably impossible.
It's the whole like we watched Supernatural, and there's a scene in the last season we watched where a demon goes to make a contract with someone, and the person's like, I want the contract like the old-fashioned way, and so he spawns like a ream of paper that just like rolls out of his hand, then down all like onto the ground, and just keeps rolling because the freaking contract is like meters long. Like, that's the kind of shit I expect with Asmodeus, where there is zero loopholes because he has put down every. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a dictionary in Asmodeus's contract that specifically states the definition of every word in the language used in the contract.
That makes sense.
He's the demon. Like, who's gonna like? Of course, he's gonna have like incredibly airtight. No, devil. Sorry, he's a devil who's gonna have incredibly airtight contracts, given he is the head devil.
He is the devil.
He is the devil.
The devil.
There was one of the campaigns I'm watching, Net 19. I like to mention it all the time because it's probably my favorite D&D campaign at the moment that I
Fair.
watch consistently. But they have a character who is who's under bound a contract with Fiona, which, if you don't know, there's Asmodeus who's got that, and a step below him in terms of finesse work on paperwork is Fiona. So, like, there was, like, sections that were explicitly, like, Party A, Party B, and then, like, there was, like, a test addendum. There's, like, Party A refers to this, Party B refers to this. Like, it's like, fuck. He had to sit down and write a legitimate-ass, like, legal contract, and I love him, but I wouldn't put that on myself.
See, there's someone, like, I always think about people who'd be fun, but also terrifying to play D&D with. And, like, I have an uncle who, his job used to be to write, like, contracts for mining companies.
Mm.
And it's like, what if I got, like, what if he played D&D as, like, a GM in like, an Infernal-based campaign with devils and shit like that? Like, he'd sit down, like, alright, here's the devil, you're gonna make him an offer, and he pops in, like, a 15-page contract in front of you. And it's like, oh, fuck, this guy does this for a living.
Oh yeah, I've actually approached you with a
yeah,
contract
and it has
instead.
like all the proper, like it's like worded like as proper contracts are with like all the like jargon that they use, whereas like it's really detailed but really boring to read.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I've had to read freaking accounting legislation, and that shit's the same. Where it's like,
Oh god.
it's like this part referendum, this part section of all, and you have to skip down to like 6 pages later, and then you find the part they're referencing, and then that references another part, and it's all really specific and boring terminology for everything.
The client, as referred to the clientele, therefore shall follow the procedures as written.
Pretty much.
Having to learn my management like stuff, like that stuff comes up, and I'm just like, please just get to the point.
There's,
I struggle reading just like OSHA, like
Yeah.
just like regular safety protocols.
there's,
Which is boring enough for me. I could not be a lawyer or anyone that has to do anything like with contracts
I don't
Law
know.
would be pretty bad.
or like
I've read enough of that.
anything where like you have to do legal shit.
Fuck law. And the law.
the guys who the guy who makes the 19 stuff, Logan Laidlaw, he released his like a big new book called Lushu's Guide to Kitsadria, which is a whole like it's a book about Kitsadria that's like fucking fantastic. It's got a whole bunch of classes, races, feats, etc. I've been slowly reading it.
Whose book? Lushu.
Lushu. It's just it's one of the gods in his campaign is called Lushu.
Yeah, no, he is a god.
I don't know who you're referring to, but I think it's Genshin Impact. I want you to end it now.
No idea what.
Oh, it's Kingdom Hearts. I remember. You should end it now.
You're welcome.
Lushu be a girl. You are right. Lushu is a girl. But I need to. I'll just bring it up because it's like I've been reading it, and he has a thing called the Magus, which was pretty much like. I'm pretty sure the Magus be like casters in the Fate world sort of deal. Like if there was a casters in the Fate world, and I thought that was like it was specifically for Fate campaigns, but I've seen it like this stuff been used for additional 5th stuff, so I might be adding that into the list of expanded advanced classes for thing. I just need to give it a reread to make sure it won't break the setting too hard. But
I got a key gem.
you got a key gem. But yeah, it's been a good. I've been slowly reading it while grinding in Pokemon. He's got some interesting ideas. He's got a dex-based barbarian, like one that like scales off dex instead of strength, and there's one that's uses druid. There's a barbarian that can cast druidic spells, like they're a third caster that casts druid magic. And you can rage while casting, etc., or concentrate while raging. And like it's good. I like it. There's a lot of fun stuff.
Struggling to find me there, Kay?
Yeah, I just hid behind a tree and then ran.
I found a spot.
I watched a. By the way, the Winter Star thing's not tonight in game, is it?
Tomorrow.
It's
Sorry.
tomorrow.
That's good. I watched a very, very long video about D&D 1.
Oh god.
1 D&D, and like the combat system, and like how specific things have changed their wording, and so the meaning of certain steps has changed, and thus, like, etc., etc. And
Have they finally defined what indifferent means?
no.
Ah, fuck.
The one thing it was doing is all about the attack action and stuff like that, and it's like there's now a thing where they state that you can begin the attack action but not make an attack, so you can activate abilities that require them to take place after the attack action has started, but then attack after them. The biggest case of this being Flurry of Blows, where it's like you can start the attack action, then use Flurry of Blows to make your unarmed strikes to then cause an enemy to go prone or anything, and then you can use your regular attack actions after the Flurry of Blows. It's like, it's technically rules as written, but it requires some like juggling bullshit. Also, like, drawing and stowing a weapon can be a part of the attack action. So like either before or after the attack action you can draw or stow a weapon. No, before or after an attack you can do it. And it's like that, it's a whole thing, but like he had a thing where you can juggle weapons by like attacking, then stowing the weapon, and then drawing the weapon with your offhand, then attacking with the same weapon, but it's now an offhand strike, then stowing it as part of the next action. It's like technically legal, but it's also really fucking dumb.
Wow, that is actually.
You do it before attack and then do it after.
Yeah, because that allows you to then swap to your offhand to do 2 weapon with 1 weapon. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
That's
that way-
hilarious.
And also, technically, it's to abuse the duelist feat, fighting style, because duelist fighting style, you do more damage if you only have 1 weapon in 1 hand.
Yep.
So you can do this to shift the weapon around, still get multi-weapon fighting, but then
Dueled.
also gain the plus to damage while using the duelist feat.
And you take two weapon fighting.
It's just like, it's this dude. Even in the video, he's like, I spent too much time analyzing 1 paragraph, but he had a 20-minute long video on it. It's also, I think, his only video, and I was impressed.
Damn. Come out the gate swinging.
That's an addition I'm gonna wait on. Probably.
Yeah.
I might even skip, honestly, if the rules don't change. But again, it's still in beta.
I think like the rules are changing for some things, but not everything.
One day they'll describe what indifferent means.
Let's get back to 4th. I'm happy to do a small form thing in 4th.
I've never done 4th. Feel like I'd like it, but also shrug. I like
4th
my
did
roleplay.
make things like fighter more interesting. Because, you know, you actually have abilities to use.
As a fighter, impossible.
Bring back the SkyFlourish.
Yeah, I can see that being a thing.
I totally understand that, because especially if you get the cards made of your abilities, you can keep track of them all, and you realize you have so fucking many eventually. And it's like, you know, oh, these are encounter abilities, then you have fucking daily abilities and blah 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 blah.
I think I'd like that because of how mechanically it works, but I think in terms of practicality, it's like, okay, this is just boring.
Yeah. Also, it's like in a campaign like Echoes, where there's very few multi-encounter days.
Yeah.
Like, it just means that everyone can just burn their encounter-based abilities constantly.
I don't think we've really had many multiple encounter days.
It's literally all your dungeon stuff.
Yeah.
There's
Like-
been very few. I think a couple times you guys have had multiple fights in one day, but it's pretty rare.
You're
because
busy traveling.
Yeah, it's a lot of traveling in Echoes. Like, that's the thing that me and AJ says. Like, Act 1 in Echoes was literally just traveling around and getting to know the world and doing stuff. Act 2 is now like kind of picking what parts you want to focus on. Fuck yeah, 10 foraging.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, but
And then like we plan on having an Act 3 being the end of the campaign, pretty much. Like that's the whole conclusion, and that's going to be a case of like in Act 3, a lot of shit is going to be ending. Like a lot of plot lines are going to be getting tied off back to back, and so it's going to be a lot of like potentially more combat focused stuff.
Act 3 being 8 to 10, not the 17 to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am now 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 the whole way down the board.
Nice.
I'm proud of you. You're a 10 in my eyes.
You're the only 10 I see.
I'm a 10, everyone's
Go back to the 3rd edition. I haven't played 3rd edition.
I
Yeah.
have, it sucks.
And people who
What about 3.5?
people who say they want to go play 3.5 make me not want to play 3.5.
Nah, you should just go play it.
I've got no issue with 5 because I think it does what it wants to do good.
Five does, yeah, what it needs to do, really.
And if
it's
it
more
and
like
if it
a thing
doesn't
for roleplay.
and if it doesn't want you to do what you want to do, there's homebrew for it.
I need an egg.
There's a homebrew for it.
There's plenty of egg.
Make
I
the shit
don't-
up.
I don't have the ability to get at one of his loves, so I'm just gonna give him an egg.
Egg.
That's part of one of his loves.
Man loves eggs.
Egg, milk, hash brown, pancakes. Yeah, but I don't have hash browns or pancakes.
Give
But
him an egg.
he has these likes are all universal likes and all eggs except void eggs.
Mark was running a campaign with all his work friends, and he had a couple of them over at the end of last week to make their characters. And he went up to me, he's like, "How long have you been DMing?" And I'm like, 10 years. He's like, "That's a lot." I'm like, "Yeah." I just realized, I was just like, fuck, 10 years. Because I started when I was 15. Like, it wasn't like the much DMing as I am doing now, but it was still like, I took over
Bits and pieces.
I took over DMing for like an arc or two at a time, and
AJ, I didn't pat the animals, I just took the items.
I'll go pat him and thing.
Why didn't you pat them?
Because he was there and he had to do the one thing he
Oh,
wanted
good
to do
boy.
and nothing else.
Because he's being a selfish shit.
He's right.
But yeah, it's
So give this
just
man an egg.
fuck.
That's a good boy.
Yeah, it's like when I started role playing, I realized that I went from like very little DM experience to a lot very quickly, because I went from playing like one game a week, like role playing, to playing 4 games a week, of 2 of which I was GMing in a year. So I went from like, oh, I haven't done anything to I'm doing a lot. The best thing I ever did was get away from the very first system I ever used. I learned to role-play game by playing Vampire the Masquerade. I consider Vampire the Masquerade one of the worst role-playing systems there is.
I'm gone. That sounds like hell.
It's a game. It is a game that cannot decide if it wants to be a power fantasy or a political intrigue simulator.
Politics.
Well, it insists politics are a big part and has all these negatives for not doing political stuff, and really says politics, and then it gives you like vehicle stats for an M1 Abrams.
Dang.
Oh shit! Yep. Whoops.
You know the whole reason you were getting an egg.
Yep. Went to the forest.
You know the egg. Remember that? You know what was it for?
Say thank you to my beautiful wife for letting me know that I am being an idiot.
I would have blanked out the entire time waiting for you because I'm starting to hit the crash.
I had too much faith and assumed you were busy, like doing something, and then.
No, never give him faith.
Oh,
Yeah,
how's the
that was
baby?
my mistake.
She has 2 teeth. She got 2 teeth when she was like 4.5 months old, and she has not gotten any more teeth.
She's decided that 2
Only
is her
2.
limit.
Yeah, you're sort of hoping, right? Save on food.
All right, here's a question: who's Alex?
Alex is the jock.
He's the jock.
Okay.
Not yet.
This
This
one?
one? Yeah.
Okay, I almost went to this guy up here.
That's Kent.
Close enough.
I give for grandma. For his grandma. Oh god, I won't skip.
He just said, "Oh, a duck egg." Thanks.
Where's the microphone?
Dude, Sebastian's my friend.
I have Alex as my gift.
Where the hell is Chaz?
Jody was my secret gift giver.
Mine was Marnie.
I can't even. Where the hell is Chaz?
Why can't we just give gifts to each other?
Are you running around?
Sebastian, there's no need to be so aggressive. You're my friend, man.
Where in the actual heck is Jazz?
Is she up playing in the snow?
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, she's up for the top intro. Yo, I got a fucking wine!
I got a
Getting us-
puppy.
Guys, do you want to guess what I got?
What?
What?
I got eggs.
Nice.
He just gave the eggs back.
Okay, you know what's
You want some wine?
okay, you know what's good? We can get your wine. We can age it for a couple months and then flip that bitch back.
I got
No, this is my crunk wine.
You can age it for a couple of years and you can just fucking sell that shit back.
No, this is my crunk wine. I want to get crunk. Look at this guy having capitalism while it's Christmas.
Wouldn't be us.
I got given Jade by Abigail. Thanks, Abigail.
I helped her pick that out.
No,
Sure.
she ate that gem by herself.
No, she stole it from the chest full of jade.
God, we are almost done with. Yeah, there's only 3 days left in the game.
Yeah. And I've done nothing.
Yeah, hey, I got level 10 foraging, so I wanted.
Did what you wanted. I got the level 10 fishing, did the 2 like request things that were there, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna relax. Also, it's getting way too fucking hot. Like, what the fuck?
What are you talking about?
It's been like 30 for like the whole day today, like 32.
I'm pretty cold right now. I'm just saying.
I'm really
proud of you.
Actually.
I've got my ceiling fan on.
I don't have anything in my room to cool me down.
I'm sorry. Do you not have like a central like aircon, like for your house?
Do you know the room that I'm in? Yeah, like that's... The problem is the door has to be closed when I'm streaming, otherwise noise gets in.
Oh, okay, yeah, like you'd hear it over the thing.
No, it's just more so,
Oh,
it's louder.
house noise. Okay,
I'm connected to the living room.
But I need to get into my house.
No.
Take it with me.
I'll take this Christmas tree with me. Yeah, it's just because it gets too loud if it's open. Because people always leave the back door open, not back door, the door to the outside area. So there's a bunch of noise coming from there as well.
It's like doesn't know whether or not it wants to be summer yet in Tasmania. It was kind of hot for a little bit, and now it's just gone back to being kind of cold.
I think it found out it wants to be summer now because it's still, I think, barely 30.
We're
It's like
lucky to
20. It's
get
like 28 or something.
20s.
I think we're gonna struggle to get that challenge done.
Yeah,
Yeah, we kind of
Smash
ignored
it out.
that.
I haven't been ignoring it. I've been actively trying to get parts for it.
I've been trying to.
I
get
mean,
money for it.
we can just ignore it this time because it's a weekly thing. We don't need the things at the moment.
Yeah. Also, we already got the important stuff.
Yeah, we can just like wait for it to go down and
It
then
is
prepare for next time.
It is currently 11
Oh, yo, it's 29 here.
degrees here at the moment. 11 degrees. I mean, it is at night, so it was probably like 15.
Yeah.
But
Oh, it
it's-
was
yeah.
37 today.
Yeah, it was.
It's the first hot day we've had in ages.
Well, we had a very humid day out of nowhere, like 3 weeks ago, and now, like all of a sudden, like today is a day where it's like, fuck you, it's hot.
Gary, and go to sleep.
I'm decorating.
I think that humid
Fucking
day is actually
decorate
what
tomorrow.
destroyed me, like, and made me
Yeah.
sick.
Okay. My house looks like complete shit because every event that happens, I buy one of every item and I just put them all over my house.
I need to change it to a
weird.
tank top. This is actually getting really bad. I'm sweating. One sec, I might need to find some lighter
I
clothes.
forget Northern Hemisphere is getting the coldest time of year for them at the moment. Rip.
Luckily, we don't have very many negative degree days here in Tassie. Just a lot of close twos.
It can be Central Tassie in the winter time is often in the negatives.
0 by feels like -3. I think it gets some negative overnight usually when it's winter, but then
Nice.
goes to like 6 by the time I wake up.
It was a -2 in the morning one time. Like, I don't know what winter it was, but I just remember someone telling me about it. But like Central Tasmania is where like the puddles freeze and you can pick them out of the ground.
The best part is picking them up and throwing them at people.
Shane sent me a pizza.
Evelyn taught me how to make rice pudding.
What a nice pair of people. But yeah, I have 45 staircases at the moment.
Nice.
So, yeah, we're almost halfway there.
Let's just go there and smash it out together.
Well, let's leave it to the last day we have the chance, so we have the option. We can use as many staircases as we need.
Okay.
I'm back.
Because yeah, we've got 3 more days, so let's see if we can get a few more. Because if we can only have to get to like, if we only have to get to like floor 50 or like floor 48 or 45, alright, cool. That's one more then. yeah, the less floors we have to get legitimately, the more we can skip.
Alright, I'm just gonna spend the day just in the regular mines then.
Yep.
I'm going to the skull cavern to see if I can get some good stuff. See how
You're-
far I can go.
If you're okay, I'm down on floor 80, so pick a different floor to go to.
Cool, thank you. Alright, already feeling like 10 times better.
I'll join you in the mines as well.
I'm at 35.
Ba-bum, ba-dum.
I just mine all the stone that's until I find the hole, and then I mine the stone that's convenient and like not too far away from the hole.
I've made this place really challenging.
I mean, yeah, I left it on, I think, for challenging with the basic mines.
Yeah, I can go turn that off if you want.
No, that's
You
all
know
right.
you can put a
You want
baby
it.
underwater and it won't drown up until it's around 2.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem right.
They hold their breath.
That sounds like misinformation.
It could be correct, but I don't think so.
I'm not really to test that.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through the effort test.
I'd like to read the documentation.
I'd like to see the results of your test.
I want to see a peer-reviewed study.
Who wrote this study? Dr. Hates Kids? Oh, okay. I know what this man's about.
Yeah, I
Hard
think
science, that's what he's about.
It's because their body is still adapted to like the fluid-filled womb, so it's like they get to a point where they physically can't breathe it. So it's like they can't. Yeah,
It just freaks me out.
babies are weird.
Life freaks me out. Babies are normal and a part of life.
Yeah, I remember reading something about it ages ago, and it's why people do like baby, like
Water
teach
bath?
babies to swim classes, because it's like you can get your kid used to water at the point where it's not at a risk of ever breathing water in.
I didn't say that it wasn't true. I just said that sounds fake. How do you think they? Because they threw the pool at the baby.
That's why they baptized the baby.
I don't think that's why they do baptism, okay?
And the
They can
Lord
float.
said, "Swim, bitch."
They can float, so it's the easiest time to do it.
Look at all this fucking tasty iridium wine.
Oh yeah, I got my wine on me. I probably should put it somewhere.
This is very challenging. Like, it is just a massive risk going into the skull cavern at the moment.
That's why I went to the regular one.
I think I will too.
We're coming out with 51 bottles of iridium wine to divvy.
Fuck yeah.
At this point, I'm not going to divvy until the last day of the month. That way we can just do a mass sell, and then that'll be the last day of the stream.
We see how much money we get.
Yeah. So I'm going to wait until the very last day. Also means I can like bully one person by giving them really shit items the whole time.
That makes
That's
sense.
me.
Oh, I died in the mine because the thing I hit turned into a crab and dashed
Yeah.
away.
What you get for being a bully.
He's still gonna
I-
bully me though.
I almost died because of one of those ghosts.
I hit a spot. There was like a slime, and there was a block between me and the slime, and I'm like, oh, it's okay, I'll be fine. The block will stop the slime from being able to hit me.
Uh
I hit the block ran away.
oh. No. My cover.
Pretty much, yeah. My cover ran away, and that caused me problems. Now I'm almost dead.
Do we know how much stone we roughly need?
900,
99 each.
999,990.
We can make exactly one more stair.
I got one
I just
more.
landed.
Yeah, I got some more on me as well.
Is your house mega big yet?
Yeah.
My house isn't mega big.
Either.
Which one's your house?
The rightmost one.
We probably should actually. That's like if we do, like, when we come back for year 3, something to do is actually get the house.
What the fuck?
What?
Just the fish tank and the next to the chair. What the fuck?
Listen, if that's the that's the thing you're questioning, you honestly haven't looked enough at my
What about
house.
the like lights that are around the bed?
It's a sacrificial
I'm
bed.
just going to the wide saw. I don't need to pay attention to what else is happening down there. Whatever he wants to do in his own home, that's on him.
Yeah, whatever he wants to do there, it's up to him, especially in the bedroom. It's up to him.
Charlie Bar.
Except that.
No, I allow it.
Alright, back. I ate a crab cake and I'm going back to the mine.
Alright, we'll see you there.
Whee!
Whose house is this? Is this yours?
This is Darian's.
Oh, okay. You just visited him.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's add more wine to Darian's house, yeah. He's gonna yell at me cause
Actually,
it's
we have
not the
resources
efficient
to upgrade our
house.
house, don't we?
Hmm?
We have resources to upgrade a house, don't we?
Probably. Have a look.
Should. The final upgrade of the house is just money.
What was the final upgrade again?
Like 50k.
Money.
No, but what does it give you?
The basement.
Oh yeah, I still gotta do that
Which is
one
where you
for
can
that part,
age
yeah.
wine and cheese.
But
I gotta do 2 upgrades.
Don't worry about the cheese, just use it for wine.
But what if I want to do the cheese?
We have 160 fucking wine in the reserve to make into iridium tier.
I'll upgrade the house eventually.
Have we made Pam's house yet? No, we have not made Pam's house yet. That would require us actually getting on with one of the things we said we were going to do.
Yeah, but it's winter, so...
I mean, wait, I can.
And sector.
She's
Shaking my head.
As long as she can live in it for a bit
I mean,
longer,
who are we
slash,
helping? We're just helping Pam, right?
Just, you know, my
She's still a
mother-in-law.
functional alcoholic. Like,
We'll just give her a better house.
We already
Yeah,
took,
I'm-
like... We already took Penny out of the house anyway.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what else do we
You're
want to
already
do?
safe, girl.
Did I get the
Yeah, we
blue
don't
cocks
need-
yet? No, we
That's
haven't.
the what I was going to say.
No
I don't
one,
think any one of us is gonna.
no one else is like, no one's worked on Shane yet. So
Why would
Okay.
we do it?
To
What would we do with
get-
Shane?
to get blue
Blue
chickens,
I don't know what they do, but they're blue.
they're just blue chickens.
Which means it's time to
Just a
cook.
friend thing.
It's just
Uh,
a friend thing if you want
I
it
think it
to
is
be.
just a friend thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we have tea leaves somewhere growing. Maybe now's the time to get them. I mean, we won't
Yeah,
do
you
anything
you
with
get,
it.
get the blue chickens and you make the meth out of the blue. It's time to cook.
I've been watching Better Call Saul while I work,
Mhm.
and that show is like, you go into it being like, oh, Saul Goodman, he's like funny, haha, man, and then you watch more of it, it's like,
Oh.
oh, this shit's not funny, haha all the time.
He's
fact,
not
watching
funny,
this
funny.
scene-
Most of the time, it's not funny, haha
He
at
was
all.
watching this scene and I'm like, I recognize this from something. And I'm like, why do I know all the words to this? I've never seen it before. Discovered that like there's this really stupid fucking video online of like it's like a bad animation thing of Monsters Inc. And
Yep.
it's great. I think I showed it to you before, okay?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It's like a nightmare. But there's another video the same person did that of those characters, but it's just this scene in Better Call Saul. And I don't understand why it exists.
Yeah,
but it's great.
It's a direct transcription, like every line is the same.
Except for there's a few lines where it's like, instead of being like, you're not a real lawyer, it's like, you're not a real scarer, or
Yeah.
something like that. It's
love
so
that.
stupid, but it's great. It's quality.
But yeah, the show is real depressing. I just finished season 3, and yeah, no, season 3 does not end on a positive note. I don't want to do spoilers in case anyone likes watching it, but fuck.
What do you do? Oh, you too.
just in Rebecca's hair, she's just staring outside and just walked in, started staring at what you guys are like talking about Better Call Saul. I don't know, I just found it
Also,
funny.
I'll say, 4 seasons in, he's still not going by the name Saul Goodman yet.
Wait, really?
Yep, because his
I didn't
name
realize
is James McGill.
Yeah, I know like it's not his real name. I didn't realize it took that long. Like, and he's still not.
He's used it once in a flashback, and I think twice in season 3. And like that's it. It's still like not his main thing. He's still Jimmy McGill.
Maybe Jimmy.
Slippin' Jimmy, yeah, that's the name he goes by.
237.
Charlie Hustle, someone calls him.
Charlie Hustle.
I've been debating what to watch because I like to keep my work playlist separate to my what I watch at home when I'm done with
Your
stuff.
play.
So I've got things to listen to at work. That's not like things. So right now I'm listening to I'm gonna probably listen to all the TFS Nuzlocke when I'm out of like stuff to watch, so I can listen to it. But I'm like, what do I watch when I get home? Like, well, I'm just like, I guess I'm watching like I've got a couple of shows on that list, and I think I'm just gonna start watching Futurama from the start. Cause
I started doing that.
it's a
I'm
good
up to, like
show.
season 6 at the moment. I just binged through them while I'm working. Turns out, doing taxes is very boring if you don't have something to just like occupy your brain while you do math.
Can you put YouTube Premium as a work expense?
Fuck, I should look that up.
Hold on.
Give me some minutes. I need to Google something.
I jumped in a bunch of stone.
You can
so-
claim entertainment expenses for a business.
Yeah, you can. Actually, now you think about it.
Your premium's entertainment expense, that's all I'm saying.
I can totally do that. Mom, I need $15 a month for the company credit card. Why? I need YouTube.
You say it's just for YouTube. I say it's because I killed myself on it. Alrighty, 2 more days before I divvy out all that shit. So we're up to 53 stairs, I think.
Nice. I'm halfway.
Yeah, half.
But getting down to floor 50 is hard enough, usually.
We should like keep checking the fortune and see if we get a really good day. We should just go do it.
Oh my god, those are pretty. I want that.
I made 1 gold today.
I'm at 200. Guessing something. Taxation is theft.
Land ownership is
Yeah.
Chicken butt. You're right. Fuck. Mira was just like, guess what? I guess it was chicken butt.
How could you not figure that out?
You know what? You're right. I was really silly with my taxation thing.
Share the wine with me. Share
You
the
put it
wine.
in the box.
Share the wine.
Put it in the box.
Never. It stays with me until I put it in the box on the very last day.
Alright. As long as it goes in the box
We
eventually.
went from 190 plus excess wine to 78 wine in storage or something because I made Darian's house wine.
How much is what do I need to actually upgrade my house a second time? Actually, let me do that first. May as well.
I think to upgrade Pam's house we need wood, and we've been out of wood for a whole month.
Oh, we've had no wood, yeah. And we ravaged the tropical island.
Yeah, we have some wood at the tropical island, like a couple hundred, but that's not enough.
It's more than we got here.
To be fair, we should probably tomorrow go through and sell everything in this chest.
Yeah,
That
we
is-
have a lot of shit in those chests.
I think most of the pineapple and everything there is all yours because I sell like half of it every now and then.
Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, so... Okay, so whatever pineapples in there are in there are mine.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a neutral luck day today, so I'm just going to the regular mines.
Feeling pretty neutral.
Oh, we want to turn off the difficult thing before we go in.
Nah.
Alright.
What the fuck am I looking for?
I think you have to wait the next day for it to turn off, right?
Yeah, so it's like I could go turn it off today.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And then tomorrow it would be back to normal.
Well, does the spirit, like the challenge area for the regular mines, that doesn't affect the skull cabin, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, the stock cabin's fucked at the moment, trust me.
Well, isn't that because of... No, that's because of the one to get to 100.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I don't
the-
know, I just know it's
The
really
skull
fucked up
cabin
at the
has been
moment.
invaded by powerful monsters.
Oh, okay.
Them.
So let's just say the serpent dragons are friggin' huge.
Yeah, I saw one.
150 pieces of hardwood. Okay.
We should have that.
Yeah. I think I'm. Rebecca, have you upgraded your house to have the? How many times have you upgraded your house?
I think we have decent
Me and you are on
friendship.
the same.
Krobus is living in Rebecca's house, so
I don't know about the dwarf.
also Linus. Maybe
Who's Linus?
he's the
Man.
homeless man. He's not homeless. He has a
Okay.
tent.
Okay, I was also gonna ask who Linus was.
I haven't seen him before.
I don't see the homeless.
No, no.
It's
Oh,
very big
no.
of you.
This is very Melbourne of you.
Which makes no fucking sense. This is half of Melbourne streets. Like the city,
No, it makes
CBD.
sense because they just ignore them. Like they're there, but they do nothing to help them.
At least we ain't like Britain. They've put like fucking spikes all over their like buildings to be like,
What the fuck?
don't sleep
Yeah.
here.
Any flat surfaces that like homeless could use to sleep on, they cover in like these metal like spikes
That's horrible.
to make them like basically impossible to sleep on. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
horrible.
they're just gonna stop existing, I guess.
There's a thing in America where some like they removed all
Homeless
the
is no
seats.
more.
They removed like all the benches at like a subway station because homeless people were using them for beds. And there was like a pregnant woman being like, yeah, so I guess I just have to stand here with nowhere to sit while being like 7 months pregnant because you didn't want to let a homeless person have somewhere to sleep at night.
That's so wrong.
No, you should be blaming the homeless man for being homeless.
Yeah, definitely
mean,
not
they're
blaming
homeless,
the
obviously.
rich people for continuing to fuck over the homeless people.
No, it's the
Maybe
homeless.
like they should implement more things to help like rehabilitate people who are homeless, whether it's like it's an addiction issue or if it's
No,
gambling or if it's
they just need to not
general,
spend their
like,
money.
life fucking is hard.
Too much avocado toast.
No, you just need to get a job and get money. That's how you live.
Yeah,
Mental
but it's not
illness as
happening.
well, like just a lot of
Nah.
people, like a lot of like unmedicated schizophrenics.
We've got a
stuff like
bait
that.
recipe.
Also,
I'm pretty sure we already got that from
a
friendship.
lot of the systems that are in place to help the homeless people are immediately taken away if they have any prior like convictions of drug use.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because multiple studies have been done that proves that these people get into that stuff because they have nothing else to turn to.
Or they like might have gotten into drugs which sent them down the homeless track, but it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that they deserve to be homeless.
Well, it's also been proved that like getting a stable home helps people get stable employment, which helps people break
Stable
habits
life.
like it makes it help people break habits like that and
Being
like deal
able to
with
beat
addiction.
addiction, you need to be in a
Yeah,
place,
that's the
like-
thing going on as well. Yeah, Mira, like, it's very aware that people are going to be able to own a home soon. Like, you're very much going to be renting.
Yeah, it's like over here it's doable if you're in the right sort of situation, but like that's because Tasmania is still kind of like one of those like nothing places for a lot of like the rest of Australia.
For a moment there, I read that as $1,500 for a monthly rent. I'm like, that's pretty good. And then I remembered that like Canadian money is like
More.
double Australian money. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
God,
like
yeah,
over
like-
here, I think like if we were to get a mortgage with like paying 10% like somewhere, it would probably cost maybe just a smidge more than what we're paying in rent.
Might even cost less depending on the place.
Yes. Depending on how much you save up and like
I don't know how people can afford things like a house. It confuses me.
It's impossible on a single income nowadays.
Yeah.
It depends
Which
on
is
how
why I'm
cheap the
shocked
single
that
income is.
those people fucking
It's
building
1.10.
houses.
We are thinking of America, which is one more like 1.5. So, yeah, 1,500 isn't horrible.
1,500 is almost how much are we paying rent?
Well, we pay that 1,300.
Yeah.
And that's like, we've easily got like the cheapest place on the market at the moment because we're still paying kind of what the market was like 2 years ago. Most places are in the 350s onwards. And it's ridiculous because prices of houses have dropped here. Just like a little bit. They were like going up and then they sort of dropped back down to the 300, 400 range. But the price of rent's going up still. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's because the people don't want to sell their houses because they won't make as much money, so they're continuing to rent out their investment properties.
Don't.
And the
And
place
they
we
can-
live in, there's like got so many issues, and they just ignore the fact that it's got so many issues.
Why do something about a problem if you can just ignore it?
Because we can't just be like, oh, we're going to move out. It's just like, cool, they'll just find someone else to live here instead. Like the
There's
market is banked towards people who own the houses, not the people who are renting. The system's made for us to basically just like suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah, no, the fucking housing market is a huge fucking bubble in general.
Yep, and the interest rate crash barely affected it.
Yeah,
It
which
just
is
made it hit it more,
shocking.
but then, well, it hit it quite hard. But the thing is, a lot of people took advantage of it and bought. But the problem is, the people who could afford to take advantage of the interest rate crash and buy when it was there, just then use those houses to make more investment properties, and it just kept the issue going.
There's actually a lot of places on the market in Devonport at the moment that are like fairly reasonable. There's a lot that are crap, but like stuff that I was looking at before that was in like the late 400s to 500s is back down into the like early 400s to 300s. It's a lot. Like it's doable at this point.
I think a lot of people wish they invested in Zoom stock before COVID. But bloody, that's insane. So if you pay off your mortgage, you lose your credit rating? Is that what you're saying there?
Yeah, that is what she's saying.
What?
Yep. Because you're not paying off something technically according to them.
So then you lose your credit, even though you've proven you can pay something off.
Yep.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it's very backwards ass.
First world country.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you could say that about.
Like our internet.
You know, we have, I think we're in like the bottom 10 or bottom 20 of like slowest internet speeds in the world.
Oh, Tassie's
Yes.
a bit better than the rest of
Yeah, Tassie's a bit better.
We have a
Lucky
newer
buggers.
system.
We had the good system before they fucked it.
I love the internet we have. It's great.
Yeah, it's okay. We have nothing else yet, so.
It's okay. That means I've now become accustomed to lag.
Just people in Australia are born different, you know. We have
So-
to play League with 500 ping, so we're faster than the average man.
Yo, you get 500? Lucky.
For a devil's advocate for that mirror, the government doesn't want people saving money because if too many people save money, it actually causes a recession.
Yeah.
Ironically, so it's actually better for the government if they can get people to spend money because that keeps the economy going and actually promotes positive growth economically.
The one thing I learned from economics was that,
People
really.
wouldn't have enough money to spend money.
Yeah.
What's the-
Tax returns exist.
People don't have
But
money,
that's why they lower interests and shit like that to encourage the spending and taking out of loans, which then flows into the economy, which then means people will most likely be investing into stuff like that, like hiring people, yada yada yada.
And if you spend money, you pay taxes, which then feeds back into the government.
Yep.
GST and all that.
Gotta
It's
love
back
that
to,
good old
anytime
GS.
the government gives out a stimulus package where it's like, oh, stimulus for everyone. Everyone gets like $400. Yeah, if you're a taxpayer, you get $400. Oh, it's great. the government's getting back 10% of that immediately on
Yep.
the second you spend it, and then gets back another 10% of what's left when the company that you spend it to spends it. And it's like $400 is basically $320. Actually, it's like $332 after the government gets their portions back.
Still some
Because
good money.
you spend it when you go, and the company who buys it, who basically gets it, also has to pay tax on it.
Yeah, the economy be whack sometimes, but it's weird how it works because it sounds like you don't want to spend money, but actually no, you do. You really, really do.
You need to save enough money to keep consumer opinion of the economy high.
Yes.
And if the opinion is high, the people spend money because they believe the economy is good. When the economy starts
Yes.
going bad, people start saving money, which then causes the economy to crash.
Such as like when COVID was starting, no one was spending anything because they're like, oh, what the fuck's gonna happen?
When COVID was starting, people were fucking going crazy where I was at. The panic buying was insane.
No, but it's like more so
Maybe
they
more.
didn't spend on like big things, like luxury things mostly is what I mean.
They spent a lot on luxury things. Like, people were just coming in being like, I will buy whatever console you have left.
Like, sell me a second-hand Xbox 360.
That goes alright.
If you want an interesting thing to listen to, Ramiro, the dudes who make like the Welcome to Night Vale stuff, they made a podcast called Within the Wires, which is based on like there's a lot of like weird lore behind it, but I think from what I put together, it's based on like if someone actually won World War I or World War II or something like that. It was like one government rules the whole world, but no one knows who won, because the first thing they did was immediately destroy all national like symbolism and pretty much make it so no one knows what countries are. They even do because there's two different parts of it I listened to, and in the second part they had a messed up thing where like to stop people from having nationalism and like being tied to where you're born. Like, you're born, you spend a few years with your parents, and then you're taken away and sent to pretty much like an orphanage. Like, it could be down the road, it could be across the other side of the world, you don't know. And then you're raised there for years, and then when you grow up, you're sent again against your will to another part of the world where you can then do your career. That way you have no ties to where you're born or live. It's really scary, like the way they do it, but it's also like, yeah, there's no war anymore. Well, shit.
What?
You sure it crashed? It's not just trying to load? Oh shit, yeah, it did.
Mine says it's trying to. It's frozen for me.
Did it
I got a loading bar.
seriously? Do we
Oh.
seriously have the crash on the second last day of the
I don't think it's crashed, it's just frozen on my side.
What if... Oh, okay, kept going.
Alright, we're
Guess it
good.
quit. It kicked Tez out.
1 out of 4.
Something happened. I was alt tab. I was in bed alt tab for like
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
3
I'll just
game
rejoin.
hours.
How
Alright,
dare you?
boys and girls, last day of the season.
Oh, wait.
AJ, pause it.
Okay.
Because this is going to be a day we have to use Skull Cavern effectively.
Spirits are in good humor. I think
Fuck,
we'll
that's
have
good luck.
a little
Good.
extra luck.
I dumped in some more stone in
I
last
think
night,
I,
so
I thought we determined that the player's luck is separate.
But it is separate.
Depends per person.
No, that's what mine says.
Yeah, yours is
It
good
doesn't
luck.
matter
But I
as
don't,
long as
I don't
someone
know
has
if we
good luck.
ever figured it out.
I'll have a look at mine when I get in.
I
So we're
can't
going to go
look at
in.
mine.
We're just going to spam through as many floors as fast as we can, drop down any holes. When we get to floor 45, we can staircase the rest of the way.
I hope I got all my money from that thing because I never got to actually see that.
I don't think you would have.
I sold a lot of stuff.
That's unfortunate.
Let's see what happens.
Well, can't at this point because like the save's already gone over the day.
It doesn't matter, like, if I've lost stuff, but it's still.
We'll easily make up more
Alright, I'm
next time. Easily.
Alright, AJ, unpause.
Easily. Unpause so I can kiss my wife.
Oh no, I got money. I got lots of. Oh no, hang on, that was weird. I went from like 500,000 to like
Alright.
80,000.
Okay.
Yes,
where's
there should
these,
be enough for more stairs.
Yeah, I just grabbed something. Where are the teleporters located?
The very bottom right.
Bottom right? This one?
And the top left of it.
Units there. I I have 3 stairs.
I have 56.
Awesome.
Feel free, yeah, like until we hit, if we hit an infestation floor, just skip past it.
Yep.
I have a rock.
I'm proud of you,
Nice.
dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, I told you it's janked.
I can kill the bugs because the bug killer on my sword.
Actually, yeah, please. Jesus Christ, those things suck.
Oh god.
Go with them? No.
Stairs.
That'll be the action is. Bringus stays at home.
Bringus is a stay
Bring-
at home dad.
Bringus does all the menial work that no one else does in winter.
Oh, I can kill the,
Oh.
these guys for good.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh,
I have smite.
It's an okay game.
Bringus is trying to get level 10 forage. Can't forage in a mine? That's just silly.
Oh,
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 oh.
Wood!
6 is good.
what? I do not have a lot of food, but I do have the rock candy, so I could use that.
Oh,
There we go.
something has hatched. I was debating. I was talking about it before. I was debating doing the shiny look for Gen 5, and then realized that's probably gonna suck ass. Unless I like
Shiny
manipulate.
luck would be insane, dude.
Unless I manipulate the shiny odds to be a bit more favorable, so it's not too long.
I have bombs.
I have 120 of them, I think, as well.
So I might have a look at like different.
Putting bomb down.
I might do like more hardcore Nuzlocke, or have a look at
Never mind.
some ROM hacks.
Actually, no, I dumped them away because they.
Stairs. The stairs to the left immediately.
Stairs to the right of me. Here we are.
Oh,
Stuck
yeah.
in the middle.
Oh, I got
of you.
killed!
Oh no!
Darren has the stairs.
I can teleport back.
Holy shit.
That was fucking annoying. There were just so many dragons.
Actually, I'm not far from death either.
Let's. You know what?
Ah.
Of course, one of the items I lose is my food.
Just loses the stairs.
Typical.
That'd be
I would
hilarious.
immediately go and
Did you
buy
hit
them
me?
back.
You won't get him till tomorrow.
God, that'd be mean.
Yeah, it is.
Ah, god.
I have enough to build one more stair now too.
Nice.
Fucking hell, it's dangerous. Like, I
That
thought I
hitbox
had-
is bullshit.
I had
Stairs.
almost full health because I healed myself, and I thought I could just like push through and get to the staircase to get down. Nope.
Okay, sorry.
I am so fucked in here. Like, I'm already tempted to retreat because these hitboxes be whack.
Yeah.
Ooh, that guy hits me, I'm dead.
I'm almost back.
We're at 18 right now. Oh.
Remember, if it seems like it's gonna be a big floor with like to take ages to get down there, just stare it out.
I have 2 stairs.
Still.
Oh, I got a hole on 17
Ah, damn it.
to 45.
Jesus Christ, I have just weaved between a lot of goddamn dragons like it's nothing.
I have 1 health.
I'm putting a stair down.
Yeah, this sucks. Get us out of here.
Okay. I died.
Oh,
Awesome. I don't
fell
have
down
much
5. We're on 24.
I do
think
have a
this is-
purple mushroom though, so that's alright.
I think this is probably it.
I lost fuck all.
I'm back to 13 where I died.
Fuck off! I have 4 health. Yeah, I'm. Oh god.
Why isn't the doctor's open?
I'm just eating all my food. Pray. I have so many bugs.
I have
I'm nearly dead.
Should've bought some healing stuff from Harvey yesterday.
I also almost died just then because they were like 7.
We're only at 24.
I just got here too.
Stairs. Yeah.
I have very little health.
Yeah, the rest of Bringus Farms panic. Bringus himself. It was a good haul at foraging today.
I'm at 27. Oi, you're not meant to run around, you crab! Oh, off, dragon.
The rest of Bringus Farms. We have to get to the hole. There's a hole. There's a hole here, Bringus. Oh, the wine is done.
Just skip as far as we
good.
can. Oh, we just found one.
From here on, we should just skip.
Ah!
I don't even know.
Fucking hell.
If me going back is going to do anything. I think I'm just going to immediately die again.
Just believe
I'm gonna
that
be
yourself.
slightly delayed because it might desync the ladders.
This is some lovely wood. Did you paint this house yourself, man?
How many fucking monsters
Very
spawn here?
good.
What the fuck?
Nice.
Motherfucker spawns like 2 tiles away from me. Go away.
Ooh, I found a dark cowboy hat.
That's seed maker.
Seed maker. Anyone got any stone?
I've
I have
got
one spare.
I've got 65 on me. That's about it. Ow.
Sorry, I was trying to kill it before people came down.
There's a small room we can get in. We can find a staircase here. Oh, there you go.
But there's a dinosaur.
Staircase.
I think we should try.
Alright,
not
let's
to-
just.
okay, yeah. Get me the fuck out of here.
Holy fuck.
I'm dead. Oh my god, I have 7 HP. Yep, I desynced. Alright, cool.
Hi,
Bye, guys.
Harvey again.
Oh, welcome back. How was your trip in the mine?
I'm down to the next floor.
The stairs didn't show up for me.
God damn
Desync.
it.
So what happens when you're like too quick with each other and you're not loaded in enough?
Those dragons. Is this keg getting old? Do I need to replace it soon?
I have to try my best to like catch up to you.
You don't have any more stairs?
I do, but this floor's an easy floor. We don't have enough to hit 100 if we use them all now.
Okay.
We'll get to 87 at this current
I'm
rate.
dead. Come on.
80,
Come on.
almost 88.
Come on. I will go out swinging! Yeah, okay, a bat killed me. God damn it. Stupid bat came out of nowhere. I'm going. Alright, I'm gonna go to the island and actually... Rebecca, you wanna go to the island and sell stuff?
Why don't you, if you're just still in the base, why don't you divvy out all the
Stairs.
stuff?
I'm doing that.
Stairs down. There's a swarm coming.
Thing on
Oh,
the
I see
left.
stairs. Fuck!
I believe in you guys.
Stairs immediately.
I don't think I can.
This one shows stairs at the very end. Never mind the serpent.
To the island I go to sell everything I can. I think
we
I'm
haven't-
barely gonna make it.
We have a new harvest of pineapples and blueberries.
Oh no, it's 5 o'clock, not 7 o'clock. Alright, no, have fun. You can sell everything.
Hole.
Oh, sure.
I
Yeah,
have very
go for
low
it.
health.
7.
Anything
Give me
that's
another-
like,
give me another pallet.
anything that's like a crop, just sell it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on like one.
I mean, I've taken like easily more than 200 pineapples anyway.
I mean, there's more than just pineapples in the chest.
Yeah, I know. I've sold like a few of the other things as well.
Those are all my platters.
I can give some back to you if you need them. I need 2 though.
Go for it. Just hold on to the last one.
Okay.
I ate all my food for nothing. Oh, not for nothing. I got far. Better than I thought. And now, like the bitch I am, I will sleep for the
We
rest of
only
my day.
need to make a few more floors worth.
How you doing?
If we
So-
can get 2 more floors, I can skip us straight to 100.
Okay.
There's one down here.
Is there a seed chest?
Should be like
Fuck
the light
yeah.
green one at the top.
Okay.
Those.
It's okay.
Hello.
Oh.
Oh, okay, it's not.
Oh, yes.
It's not that much.
God
in here.
damn it!
Most of it's mushrooms.
Okay. I guess I'll sell all this.
I'm
Yeah,
still
okay.
divvy.
You still divvy? Okay. I'm gonna dump all my shit in chests. I nearly dumped all 100 of my bombs. Every time, I keep doing that.
Nice.
Boom. That was not easy.
No.
We barely made that.
Hey, I got cactus seeds. I got 15 cactus seeds.
I'm going home.
Go home, go bed.
AJ's divvying everything out, so we'll do a mass sell.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hello.
How was the island?
Yeah, it was good.
It's a shame I cannot see it until the next time.
God, we barely made that.
Yeah, you did.
I literally have one spare stair because right at the end we got a floor that already had a stair spawned right near the ladder. How'd the divvying go, AJ?
There's a lot.
Still going?
Yeah.
Oh, good. What I would usually do is I just take the number of all the items we get, add them to the calculator, and then divide them by 5, and that's how many I give to everyone.
I'm just taking every stack and dividing it by 5.
It's a lot of effort.
It is.
But he's doing it for us, because he cares.
Debatable.
No, he cares. Look at him. Look at him caring. He's such a good boy.
You're not gonna finish this in time, AJ.
It's just vegetables right now. I'm really just right-clicking random shit now.
I'm just gonna take what's in mine and just leave.
Like all the expensive stuff is handed out, so go ahead.
I will savor the clam. Yo, I got some obsidian. Let's go.
I will save my void mayonnaise.
This clam is very special to me. It was given to me by a friend.
Done, AJ?
Yep.
Cool. Let's do this. Hit the stack, and we'll see what payouts everyone gets.
I
Oh,
haven't
God.
gotten all of mine out. It's just not enough time.
Fair enough. Well, we'll say whoever gets the least, aside from Ted's, because she's a little, blame AJ.
I don't really
Okay.
care, honestly.
You have the most money.
AJ, I'm going in your house because I don't think I'll make it to mine.
That's
I know
fair.
I have the most money.
What about my house?
Ew.
Question is, will Tez break him?
I was already on the. I was
I
going
reckon.
past this door.
Oh, I see.
I got a lot of iridium.
Oh,
Yeah,
Line.
with the extra value you get for that.
But this has been year 2. Today was a bit of a very like heavy day of a podcast.
It's a good finisher, I think. Depression.
Depression.
Now they won't come back. I got 58.
But yeah, this has been year 2. We're gonna take a break on Bringus Farms like we do. Hopefully, in 2023, we'll come up and finish the game, even though really
I could hope so.
the game is playing itself at this point for most of it. So it's really just getting all the skills to 10 if we haven't done that already, and fucking around.
Oh shit!
My
I forgot
dear
about this.
boy, it's been many
What
years.
rating we get is gonna be like, your farm is shit.
I thought he was supposed to come at the end of the year.
You had so many people. You've done
My dear
so
boy.
little.
It's been many years since we last spoke. You were just a little boy, don't you remember?
You were fucking 2.
Look how far you've come. Though you may have forgotten me, I've been here all along. You see, my body is departed, but my heart will always remain in Stardew Valley.
Oi!
Bitch is space. 2 years. So proud of you.
Farewell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now my spirit is
back in
finally able to rest.
2023. We will have determined what we want to do next week. By sure, I'll update the thing over the weekend to see what we're gonna do. Replace this game with, But yeah, this has been year 2 of Bringus Farms. It's been a good time.
Who else are we talking to?
The cutscene's like, look at this thing now. Oh, year
Oh.
3. We'll have to watch that all over again next time in the year.
Pizza.
But yeah, thanks for coming. Hope you had a good time. Tomorrow will be more Digimon Cyber Sleuth Memory. Having a lot of fun with that game. Thursday is session 4. Session 4 of our Soul Link Nuzlocke. We're in our 2nd out of 5 attempts.
Attempt 2.5.
Attempt 2.5, we're counting the first stream. Both attempts was a single attempt because there was one stream. That's fine. But yeah, we're on attempt 2 out of 5, and hopefully Darian won't fuck us over this time.
Listen, no guarantees.
And then
Defense Pro Saver.
Friday will be session 2 of Guardians Rebirth. All of us will be here. It's going to be a good time. They need to tell me what they wanted to buy because they said they wanted to go shopping.
I got a few items to let you know.
So
I have a lot.
they'll let me know,
Couple items.
and we'll figure that out.
Money I have.
But yeah, and Saturday will be more Hollow Knight. I don't know what I'm doing. I've heard that fucking Nightmare King Grim is worse than what I just fucking did with 3 streams of the Colosseum. So
Hey,
I don't know.
use magic.
Fuck magic. It's Hollow Knight, not Hollow Eldritch Knight.
What if it was though?
Then I'd call it Hollow Eldritch Knight, wouldn't I?
Just change the stream title. It's fine.
But for now, we'll talk to you all later. See you all on Friday, everyone here. Bye-bye.
Bye.